Guys, there's a lot of drama in the air. I'm not sure if I want to talk about it, although I've been thinking about it, and it's probably best for me to not. But we'll see where the wind takes us. Also, I wanted to talk to you guys yesterday about something, but I didn't, and I did actually remember to do it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to talk about it today because it requires a great deal of finesse and is kind of like an impromptu let's talk. But we'll see where the wind takes us. That might not be like, maybe at the end of the stream I'm like, I'm tired of shit, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do this, to like express myself properly. This is not about the drama. This is about some other shit with me personally. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, what's good? Also, check this out. Look at that. Look how good that looks. You kidding me? What the fuck is this? This is a blanket. This is a blanket. I ordered some actual like photo photography, like fall like backdrops. That shit is peak. Also, the audio is even better in terms of whatever because it's not echoing around. It's a blanket, so it just sucks up the sound. Also, I have way too much saliva in my mouth. It's disgusting. Anyways, we have at our lovely Grace, Lone Syndicate, and of course Fluff, and of course Secondary and Carthage and Nanny. Always love to see all of my boys. Again, you guys know this, boys can mean anything at this point. Or my dudes, all that. Just all encompassing. Anyways, Bluff says, good evening, everyone. The ever-present gentleman. Also, I probably should have turned on, oh, great, dogs are barking already. Well, that's fun, lovely. But, Carthage says, hello, I am here. Love it. Love it. Lone Syndicate says, hello, how is everyone? Also, what's up, Grin? How are you, Lone Syndicate? I am doing pretty chill. We're just kind of hanging out. Carthage says, there's drama? A little bit with some techie and with some envy. Yeah. Lone Syndicate says, I'm good. Love to hear, buddy. Lone Syndicate, the question is, can we wait? What is it? Well, you don't have to wait as long as I do. You only have to wait 15 days. All right, 15 days. And then you potentially get Ayaka. Me, I'm still waiting. But hopefully, honestly, it's probably not going to be worth it. But it is giving me a good time to be able to basically do a lot of things that were just neglected or really were being done for selfless reasons, whatever. But yes, Bennett, level 80 now. I'm going to try to bring him to level 90. Dogs are still popping off. Why? I don't know. Maybe there's someone in the yard, regardless. Yeah, we're here because I need to do this dungeon because I need to level up Bennett's Favonius weapon so that he has even more energy recharge because he has a measly 240k right now, and that doesn't fly. Oh god, what do I need for this dungeon? I don't know. Regardless. Oh, we got fucking Lone Syndicate popping in, ready to do this weapon dungeon thing. Fluff says, I need to get myself a meal, or I'll be quiet, lurking for a got it. You enjoy that meal, but you better tell us what the fuck you eating. Because that's just courtesy, alright? Make us jealous. Or just kind of like, okay, that's food. That is food. Weapons. And we got this. We got books. We need books. Okay, got it. Purple books. Purple books. Purple boom. All right, that one. And I don't know who we're taking into this. What did it say that it's required? Is this the... No, there. It's ice, fire, and electro. Well, we got electro. We got geo. That may be able to take care of us. We'll see. We'll see how that's happening. What's good, Mel? Mel says, hi. Always good to see you, Mel. How are you right now? How is it in this very second? Are you in like kind of a medium set? You're kind of floating through right now? Your week has been kind of just fine? Or are you great? Feeling a little sad? Let me hear about it. I'm not trying to like bait out comments, by the way. I genuinely want to know. Because for me right now, I'll be honest, this whole week I felt empty inside. And I don't know what the heck's it about. But it comes and goes every now and again. But it did also, okay, I really want to talk about how I feel about some things, kind of like in a classic Let's Talk kind of fashion. But it's also crazy how like timely my weird fucky like emotional state has played into current events, aka this weird drama that nobody really probably knows about or no cares about unless you're entrenched in these communities. And I just think it's a cool like, I just see it as like, okay, these are all, people are bringing forth arguments. Some of them I feel like are weaker than others. And yeah, but I digress. Carthage says, it's me they're barking at. I'm outside trying to go get some tea, and I might spill. Wait, what? I should have read that properly. I'm so sorry, Lindsay. Give me a sec. It's me they're barking at. I'm outside trying to come get the tea you might spill. Oh my god, that is amazing, Carthage. Holy shit. I was not prepared. I did not think I was going to be getting something. And then there's like that. So I'm feeling kind of like whatever, just feeling empty a little bit. And then you guys come at me with that kind of shit. And then I'm just like, I feel great. I feel like I'm on cloud 9. It's all it takes. A little chaotic, I'll be honest. But anyways. Oh, I don't have my thing. Oh, right. This is the thing where if you don't have anything to take away the nullification, you have no cooldown ever. Or all of your abilities are on cooldown, which is a nightmare. We're going to do some of this. We're going to do some of this. And we're going to melee. Boom. Now, we got wizards. Wizards, more wizards. Apparently, electro charge is not it. It is not it by any means. Hate it. Hate to see it. We're dealing so much electro and physical, but just these damn shields. Damn shields out here, ruining lives. We're gonna do some of this. Jung is on a huge cooldown. Where's the other guy? Oh no, Ganyu killed him. Well, yeah, my thing, it did something. No, well, he's still alive. I was about to say, is there another one? No, Ganyu just had a shield freaking me up. Boom, boom. Send it. Whew. Lone Syndicate says, positional, huh? You doubt my power and my love for pixeled Asian women. I will get there. What? I mean, I kind of get it. You don't need to clarify. It all made sense. Okay, at least to me, my brother. Ashley says, also, what's good, Ashley? Ashley says, doing the new quest at the moment. So, hi all, got it. Oh yeah, doing the new quest. What do you call it? Man, it fucking makes you think shit's happening. And then it's just kind of like, okay, okay, well, we're done. All right, well, I feel like you lost a ton of budget. We were about to enter into a badass martial art movie, and then nothing. It just stopped. Also, Nub says, tell me how much you hate me. I don't hate you at all, Nub. I think you're wonderful. One of the cornerstones of the community. Degenerate as you are, although I do think you've gotten overthrown in recent years with that title, but we'll see. We'll see. Still a lot to be proven, honestly. Doesn't really. I don't really want it to be proven any other way, honestly, or any way, frankly. I don't want this conversation. I don't know why. God damn it, controller! I get it. Oh man, there's nothing more aggravating than that. There's many more things aggravating than that, but for me, right now, privileged life that I have, it's up there. It's brutal. Nanny wants to jump in. Hell yeah, Nanny. I will have to back out and let Nanny jump on in. Oh god damn it, now the fucking they got a lot more health. Like, hell yeah, we're killing it. Wait, never mind. The game scaled up. Fuck, we should have waited till we were outside so we weren't having to wait. Let me drop a thing. This. Do one of these. Boom, it resets my 11-second cooldown. God, that would suck. I don't know how people do that. Play a video game or play a character that has such long cooldowns. Great. Love it. It's favorite thing in any video game is when they just tell you to stop it. Just stop having fun and just sit there and button mash, which I don't think, help you break out of it at all. Like, it'd be cool if you could button mash really quickly and it would just instantly pop, but instead, no. None of that's a thing. Carthage says, only a tiny bit, Nub, because you don't share a lot of Harada in the Discord. It's fine. I mean, Nub is kind of like the whole reason why there is a Discord in the first place. So I feel like he can kind of be like, you know what, I've done enough. And I'm like, you know what, fair enough. But then again, honestly, that could be said for fucking everybody. People smashing the goddamn memes in the memes tab, people uploading shit in the Genshin tab, people doing moderator shit. And I'm just like, I don't deserve any of this. This is too much. Did you just censor the word memes? I might have on reflex. It was entirely intentional because memes are filthy, disgusting things. This. What should I pick? Ooh, Nana's got Kazuha. I think you had him beforehand, right? I seen you and Sekiri pop off with good old Windboy. Which, man, these fucking people out here trying to set. I'm not sure. Like, I know Kazuha's good. He's real good. He's solid. But I'm also sitting here like, come on, guys. Everyone's like, 6 reasons why you shouldn't fucking pass up on Kazuha. And I'm just like, all right, guys. You're not really fucking helping this situation, all right? And also the gameplay that they show is not like Ganyu fucking clearing out like a giant mob. But it's not to say that Kazuha isn't a powerhouse either, you know? Also, a lot of these motherfuckers have C6. So it's like, what is this? Stop it. Show me basic ass. I'm waiting for X-Slice. X-Slice usually does videos where it's like, this is nothing. There's no advantage. It's just basic bitch Kazuha. Also, why are you choosing fucking guy? Nanny? I mean, I guess I could choose Bennett. Bennett's kind of getting up there with level. I could also increase y'all damage. DPS Zhongli. You built DPS Zhongli? No, you didn't. How do I check? I can just kick you. That's all I got. It's not great. Actually, this works out. Yeah, this is Bennett's fire. Can melt some shit here. Not bad. Not bad. Also, I do believe Ben can give it cleanse. I don't know how that is. Is it because when he turns himself on fire, that technically cleanses? I don't know. Some weird shit. Anyway. Mel says, forgive me. I watched other Genshin creators. What do you mean? Forgive who? That's absolutely fine. I too watch other Genshin community people. Which honestly probably is not great, because a lot of times I'll like have the idea of like wanting to do a specific kind of video, and then I'll see them upload a video that is basically what I was gonna do, and then I'm like, well, fuck. But maybe you could, maybe that's the wrong look. Maybe you could be like, okay, well, I could add something different, or I could add something more, rather than just being like, it's done now. I cannot make it better. Maybe that's a challenge to make it better. Or maybe you just leech off people, who knows? I feel like most people operate by the second, but still, it's fine. It's actually not kind of, it's fine. Actually, I'm big into I don't believe there's, especially on YouTube, and when it comes to ideas stealing and stuff like that, I think it's just a silly prospect, but that could just be me. Bop, bop, bop. Bennett, this. Oh, I should have made sure you didn't have any particles. That's a little less ideal. Why? Oh, I'm auto-locking on that, okay. More Bennett. Bennett's thing, his E comes back so fast. I'm not used to it. I'm used to Chi-Chi, kind of just as the worst. Generally speaking, just awful. The absolute worst. Lone Syndicate says, funny how Mihoyo makes you play the Traveler in the new quest. I got the Traveler to level 70 about you, Grin. Nah, man, I was saying, what do you call it? The video is going to come out probably in a decade about us doing that quest. And because I had so much Genshin video, man. We got the fucking Yumi video where we made live on stream here that I haven't done yet. A lot of shit. A lot of shit that needs doing anyways. Or uploading, I mean. But, yeah, what do you call it? I was afraid the whole time when I was doing the mission. I was like, are they going to make you level up the main Traveler? Which, honestly, in hindsight, probably I will do. Just because apparently I don't need to farm for, like, rocks or bullshit. I can just farm, like, if you just leveled up adventure rank, you have the max resources that you require, you know? You know? Lone Syndicate Zhongli only level 70. Shame. Talking to me? I mean, he's on the list to get up there, but again, a lot of, yeah, a lot of shit was at foot there where I got, again, I might talk about it at the end, we'll see, but yes. And then he says, Homa plus Elu's artifacts. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, but the staff of Homa is just kind of crazy in general, so yeah. I think makes sense. Where's where I'm at. Should I save Bennett's ult for that charge? Because I think you have to be on fire, and it'll basically make a vaporize on your body that will stop you from having such long cooldowns. But I don't know if that's how that plays. No, because I'm not. I think you need to literally explode yourself, which I'm not sure if that's the play. If I'm being real. I should just Unga Bunga play Razor, and I think we'll be fine. Give me a minute. This. God, that does nothing. It feels so demoralizing every time it hits. What's good, Sparks? Sparks says, going for Rosaria constellations and got Kazuha. That'll happen, man. People play these, man, I don't know about this shit. People play this dangerous game of like trying to go for like just a little bit of constellations. I think what was it called? Fucking Sekiri. Sekiri did the same shit, I think. She was like not intentionally trying to get Kazuha, but she ended up burning pity on that. And I was like, guys, I'm not doing that at all. That just seems, I mean, it makes sense. Like, it makes sense, but still no. Still no. The anxiety would be, if I did get it, then I would just be like, it's a failure. And I could say the same time when I got Mona, where I got Mona and I was just like, just out of spite, I'm not even going to look at you because I'm just hurt. Also, hell yes, we got a gold. Feels good. He is, I know, yeah. I know Kaza's solid. So yeah, if you can invest in him, I'm sure he's wonderful. Also, apparently, again, people are just, the one thing I keep hearing, which I think is the main reason why, if you do, like reasons for actually picking Kazuha, is apparently he's a bunch of fun to play. Outside of strength and all that stuff, again, most things can be attained in the game just by leveling up your talents enough. Razor's a testament to that, I think, quite a bit. But yeah. Mel says, what if the tournament part became a mini game that didn't go away? Added co-op, dude. That's what everyone's been saying. Everyone's like, what if we? Hey, Mahoyo, here's just. I know it's crazy. I know it's madness. But what if events didn't go away and we actually had content to play over the long haul? And then it's that meme of someone being thrown out the fucking window, and that's immediately what happens. And, you know, it's sad, but it is what it is. Also, I don't know. A part of me is also in the camp where how do I put it? I'm waiting for the shoe to drop with Inazuma. I'm really hoping Inazuma, and I kind of mentioned it in the last video we actually did upload of Genshin, which was basically me talking about the, I don't know, basically, I really hope Inazuma has progression in the way that I think progression should be done, period, which is the idea of a progression basically being tied to consistent movement in a direction, but with like super good incentive early on, and then with later incentive kind of dying down. So again, city reputation. What if instead of just getting wings at the end, there was like another five reward points, but they kept getting more and more absurd. So at least there was a reason, even if it's a cosmetic or if it's a stupid gadget that just lets you do like what Kazuha can do with like a double jump. But it was super way down the line. And even if it wasn't anything like that, because maybe Mahoyo's like, we don't want to burn cool things like that on something like that. We want to save that for an event or something. Then you could just give an incentive of Mora. You know what I mean? Like that's something that I think is such an underused thing. Whereas if you do invest in like helping out a city and you prove to be like a valuable asset to the city, it would make sense that you would get a small tax of whatever you've done every week. So you basically is the level of your city reputation can go all the way to fucking, I don't know, 50. And each time, maybe the first 10 rewards, you get something kind of neat like the normal city reputation where you can get some gadgets and some random shit. But everything after that point, you just get more Mora. Also, what happened to Seki's thing? That's weird because Seki's a moderator. You think she'd be able to just send it. Weird. I don't think any more of those. Let's see. If you guys, okay, yeah, by the way, guys, if Nanny and Lone Syndicate, if y'all need anything, we'll do that in a hot minute. I just need to grind this nonsense shit I have to do out first. Let me do this. Spend all these. Love says, I return. My meal consists of barbecue, pulled pork, corn, cornbread, and look like, and what? And that looks like a pancake. Oh, okay. It sounds very delicious. Jealous, frankly. Nanny says, can we do, Orsid weapon material dungeon? What is that? Give me a description. Maybe not. Maybe I can get by on that. I can get the rest whenever. What are we doing, Nanny? Actually, Nanny, before we do that, I'm gonna be selfish. Y'all, you can leave and then come back when we're helping you. But right now, we are gonna go fully send it, and I gotta burn my resin that I have, which I'm leveling up a Bennett, so I gotta level up him all the way because I'm a sadist, and yep, it's just like that. Sadist kind of I mean, I guess makes sense. Bennett is like notoriously unlucky, so the fact that I'm choosing to play him constantly is just putting himself in more further peril, which is quite sadistic and frankly cruel. But anyways, yeah. Now if I pick a little dead zombie girl to put in peril, it's fine. Or like a badass hardened wolf man, also fine. Or a god, the list goes on. You're against the 505. What does that mean? Once again, it says, Sekiri, stop talking about Mona. What she do to you? What did Sekiri say about Mona? She just dislikes? Maybe? Mal says, Kazuha feels different. He's pretty fun to play. Yeah, that's what people have been saying. Again, I think anytime you get like a double jump in a video game, man, especially when you don't have that, it feels real good. That's why, like, when you have Xiao and you have his like teleport, it feels good too. Although Xiao kind of has some like weird, like his teleport doesn't matter because like his momentum doesn't carry over. It's like Xiao teleports rather than like moves fast in a direction, if that makes any sense. So you think there'd be some like distance or like momentum conversion, but there isn't. Oh, so we do have Ganyu. I'm wondering if you're able to crack this shield. Maybe. Sekti says, and stupid, therefore stupid Mona. I'm lost, but I assume it makes sense to everyone else, and I'm just kind of lost in the corner, as I tend to be. Break this son of a bitch! Boom! And bah, bah. Oh yeah, but this is what happens when we play co-op. Actually, no, we're killing it. We're doing good. Boom. Easy. Easiest video game of my life. Jump over here. Boom. We could do that a couple more times. Oh yes, the max amount. Love to see it. What are you looking like, Bennett? Bennett, you require how much again? God, every time I see it, it hurts. Okay, second, no, Nanny, you said you need Eridith weapon material. God in heaven. Okay, is it over here, or is it this leeway one? What the fuck is it this one? Nope. Is it the ball one? Why can't I see it? There it is. Nope. Right? Nope. Yep, okay. It is the leeway one. Nanny took me there. I should have just waited for Nanny to fucking be there. The worst. I am the worst. Lone Syndicate says, I send sands from Ganyu. What? I need sands for Ganyu. Okay. We'll do that after we do this a couple times, burn out Nanny a little bit, and then we'll go, and in the middle of jumping in between shit, we'll do the one thing. Also, if you guys want to do the one event, that'd be fun too. I haven't done the last thing, like of this, the little Vagabond Sword minigame, because I thought I'd save it for you guys. Also, I was just kind of done. I'll be honest. You know when you play a video game, you're like, I don't want to play anymore. Set me free. We could use fire. I guess I'll pick our boy Benny then. Benny, where are you? There you are. Boom. That should work, maybe, hopefully. And I'll just use Electro Cuz. Fluff says, it's pretty good. Cornbread is a bit of a dry, but a mined part of the corn itself. It's good. It's frozen and microwavable. Oh, okay, interesting. So, I think of like a very thin kind of taco-looking, not taco, like tortilla-looking thing. Basically, is what I'm thinking of. Like it's a kind of a bread that you have with curry. I think is what I'm thinking of, which may not be correct, but yes. Oh, message restricted means user deleted it. Not that it was banned. Okay, gotcha. Okay, good. I was like, I still need to do that problem, and I'm going to forget about it immediately when the stream is over, which is a problem. But we're working on it. We're not. There's too much shit going on in my life right now to just jump around and worry about shit. Anyways. Fluff says, Sekiri just loves her boys. Has few exceptions. Yes, it's true. There is but 2 exceptions, if I know her rules correctly. And they're certainly not Noelle, nor Mona. I believe they are girls that look very similar to Sekiri herself. And maybe that's because she's like the harem king in this amazing, magical world. Nanny says, I got 3 condensed resins. Let's do this, Nanny. Nanny, I will say, your name has devolved into me, basically referring to you as like my caretaker and or a very old but very kind lady Well, I think kind, because you're the vessel that is the name, so I can, you, her makes kind of some sense. Anyway, yes, also, some of this, and some of this. Grin, why are you using your E? They're Electro, you idiot. First of all, Jesus. Second of all, it's for Pale Wind. You need to activate your E in order to get the physical damage upticks. I was about to say, what's happening? Why am I getting stunned? Which, by the way, some people been saying, like, again, another point for Razor in terms of just, no, fuck, shit, I didn't want this, damn it, it was reflex, shit. Well, there goes 20. Well, we can do a couple. We can do one more kill for Bennett. I think we could have. Yeah, we fucked ourselves up there because we could have gone. Whatever. Feels bad. Anyways, ugh. I could have just accepted it. I know, but I'm being difficult because of nightmare reason. Anyways, Fluff says the cornbread is this dish with literally in shape of a small pancake. Yeah, but pancakes, that's what I'm kind of thinking of. But yeah, pretty good for something we caught on a clip. Ooh, nice. I think I may be close to soft pity, as I've been in range of 60 or 70 since last 5-star. So I'll be holding until a certain Geo Archer comes out. I can't wait. I can't wait too. I'm holding up for hope as well. I think it got fucked. So let's do this. Yes. Oh, yeah, Venti should work here, right? Yeah, Venti should work real well here. I'm gonna do this. Me and Kazuha are about to fucking pop off. I could go Bennett too. Maybe, no, we could just have some DPS, just as a physical damage DPS just on there. Do. Oh, you need an invite? Oh, sorry. I thought you were here. I was lost. What's good, Azel? Azel says, hello, everybody. Azel, how are you? How has your day been? How has your week been? How is the soul of our boy Azel? Look at my nice wall. My nice. You know what I can't think of? When any person gestures like this to a wall, it reminds me of this fucking movie that I'm sure you guys know about, but it's like they're tripping balls, and he's like, pet the fur wall. Just pet the wall. And it's the fucking best. Loud saying it. Green light it. Oh, I wanted to go double Kazuha nonsense, but what do you call it? Cryo probably is beneficial, but still. Also, Azel says dead. Don't say that, Azel. Please don't say that. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Even this is a really hard contrast of how effeminate Venti looks, which is not a bad thing. Lone Secret says, dang, I thought I was the harem king and watching High School DxD only fellas. That's that dream? What do you mean? I definitely don't think that's a dream. Although, I don't know, if you were to think about that actually, I feel like it would just be a lot of work, my guy. You would be like thoroughly thrashed constantly. You'd be like, probably just the amount of love and affection and stuff that women need and men need, frankly, would be just you'd have to be a stay-at-home husband and just be like super all about it. You know what I mean? Unrealistic expectations is what I feel it is also at. Ready? I don't know, boom. And bah. And some of this. And I probably should have picked some other DP, maybe Eula, because, well, it's fine. I'd have to de-equip everything on Razor. It'd be a little bit of a nightmare. Although I cannot wait to play Eula again, because I haven't played her in a hot minute, which is not fair, because, she's brand new, wonderful, all that. I'll do one of these. Oh, it's right. It takes away your ult. Forgot that's how this works. Also, man, it doesn't feel good not having Venti's full regen anymore, because I gave him this bow that gives him more damage, but I don't even know if that's where his damage kind of comes from anymore, because I built him for Elemental Mastery, kinda. I've kind of split my progression in a weird way, where Venti and Bennett have kind of been my sole reason for doing stuff recently, and it's been a little rough. Why isn't Kazuha popping off his ult? Is it because you keep getting hit by the Electro and keep getting your ult debuffed? That's where Venti can pop off, where Kazuha, he needs to get right up in there. Venti can just be like, I'm a mile away, and I'm just profiting. Mad profit, all that. Now me, do not collect the resource, Jesus. Alright, we're gonna make a pit stop, go kill that firefuck, come back. because there's one more thing that Nanny needs to do. He has 3 condensed resin, he said. And I'm sure that sick fuck can make more. Or maybe Nanny's being very clever and keeping his condensed resin or fragmented resin for the Inazuma, which I would think is a great idea. Great idea. Some would say, I'm also doing this. But also, it does feel bad not having like just a little bit of condensed resin on top when you're like, you know what, I want to play one more time. Or you know what, fuck it, I want to level this weapon today. I'm going to burn 2 and have enough chances to get it, hopefully. Mel says, I do like how your setup is evolving, Mel. Mel, my guy, you have no idea how much that's the nicest thing I probably heard today, frankly. Although, Carthage's comment about spilling the tea was pretty special. But, yeah, man, it's always one of those things where you do something and it's quite involved, and then you're like, I'm not going to mention it, see if anyone notices, and then no one says anything, and I'm like, that was a lot of work for nothing. Oh, God. But it's mostly funny, because it is like, well, that missed. Shit. But at the same time, I also like it, and again, it's also just the fucking, I'm not sure. I have this kind of like, sense of professionalism in my head, which I know it doesn't matter, but especially now, you know, like so many people stream and you do the best of what you got. That's basically it. But in my head, man, I still have this idea of like editing, and I try to like make things smooth and like clean to some extent. And the fact that my bed is just sitting there, but also I hate the green screen because it kind of gives your skin pigment a weird look and stuff like that. Although, I mean, I'll be honest, I still got the shiny sore head on in the game. So let's relax about trying to look a certain way. But anyways, boom. That's unfortunately all we can do. But oh yeah, we got 3 in a row, man. That's amazing. Or 3, what, you know what I'm trying to say. it's sometimes you get 2 and it's demoralizing. Anyways, let us go back and more of the things. Carthage says, I do have some good lines occasionally. Carthage, you're nothing but good lines, alright? Ashley says, also, latest update for Twitch, these animated I seen, I'm jealous. I'm also sitting there like, man, it's great, but it's also, there's like a moment where you're just like, shit. In one update, they made like having normal fucking emotes like just stupid shit. You know what I mean? They made it so they're like, oh fuck, if you go to a channel you don't see these emotes fucking flapping an ass around or like fucking shaking or like huffing copium vigorously, then you just feel like you're like the streamer's not cutting it. The streamer's not putting enough love into the stream, and I'm sitting there like, oh fuck, more things to try to do. Even though I fucking Nanny basically saved my ass from having to do that. Nanny was one of the best when it comes to that, because I kept being like, guys, I'm fucking busy, I'm trying to do the thing, but I gotta reach out to people and try to find out someone who can make it for me. And then now he was just like, guess what, bitch, I'm a magnificent artist, bah! And then he just made 6 emotes for us, and I was just like, oh. I mean, now I don't have to do it, and that's like, you've given me the one thing that I value so much, which is my time, which I spend a lot of it on YouTube and whatnot. So anyway. Azel says it's just so. Oh, Azel, I feel you, man. Yeah, it just started to cool down recently in Canada, but it's been cooking for a hot minute. Oh no, Mendy's not primed. No good. No good. Also, smart move by Nanny picking Yenfei. Or is it Nanny? No, it's Lone Syndicate. That way you can hit people in the air. Ooh, we also got that autumn. Oh, wow. Are they in the same cooldowns? Okay, maybe that's why I'm not seeing Kazuha's ult. It's because maybe they're on the same cooldowns, and Venti's and his kind of make it look a little messy. So it's hard to see. Possibly. Either that or, oh, I'm pulling them out of his ult. A little rough. A little unfortunate. Ugh. The good news is that if my swirl, I don't know. Is my swirl like did I swirl the enemy with fire? Because then Verides and Veneer can pop off. But if I didn't do that, then well, yikes. So I guess we should just switch to you and hit. Boom, boom. God damn you, boom. It is something that's kind of nice about what do you call it? What's his name? The guy. I'm just blanking on. Venti. Venti pulls people in. Kazuha does seem like he just kind of knocks him off balance. Maybe it's just as good. I shouldn't despair that too much. What do you need? Lone Syndicate, you said you needed something. Forget what it was. Oh, Nanny says, no, you burned all your fragile resin? My guy, that's rough. Maybe you should, I don't mean to, see destruction in your mind, but maybe you should consider getting the Welcome Moon, or not Welcome Moon, the Season Pass for once, just because going into Inazuma where you're just like, I can't do any of it. It's going to be heartbreaking. But also, I guess, yeah, you can use resin refreshes. Right. Makes sense. Ashley says, also, a latest update on Twitter. Yeah, emotes, right? Lone Singer says, speaking of harem, I started watching this one anime called Girlfriend. I did hear about it. Yeah. It seems like a weird take, but also sure. It's basically like a polyamorous kind of show, I think. It's like trying to talk about that weirdness and the kind of goofy weirdness that can come from that, and all that, but yes, weird. Well, anime just goes everywhere, which is kind of frankly great and horrific at the same time, but we're having no other way. Did Lone Syndicate say where we're going? My thoughts? What did Lone Syndicate say? Something about, I thought you said you were leveling up a character. What was that character? So we need to go do a domain, potentially. Mel says harems are cool on paper, but the cons outweigh the pros unless you're rich. I'm asocial, so too much interaction. Well, isn't that the thing, Mel? Isn't that the point that you're trying to you're hopeful? Like, I'm a person who gets quite like introversion, where like interacting with people just drains my ass like completely to the bottom. Like I'm just empty. But I also have had rare people in my life where I'm able to, like, that doesn't happen for whatever reason. So isn't that the goal, to find a lady that isn't that, but also isn't like a crazy lunatic also, Sans for got it, Sans. What is Sans? What the fuck is Sans, Lone Syndicate? Forgone you. What is this? What does Sans mean? Like, I know it's an artifact. I just don't know what that is out of the top of my head. Sans for gone. I know it's Forgone, but what is Sans? Fuck. It's not this, right? Is it this? Why can't I see like where it's marked there? I can see the slight highlight. No, it's art. What the fuck is Sans? Is it this? Maybe it's this. No, it's Icebreaker. Do you tell me? Do you say? You misread. Oh, no, this domain. Oh, it's for weapon material. Okay, it's Forgone, but for weapon. Got it. This domain weapon material. Got it. And it's called. Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah. Because I was assuming you were getting an artifact, not a weapon material. Okay. The brick one. This is not it. No, brick one. This one. Looks like a pillar, but yes. Nope, that's not right. Is it? Nope, I didn't mean to back out. Shit. Be patient with me, please. This one looks like the most. Oh, it is Sans. Okay, it just doesn't call. Oh, okay, and it's called that, but it's called Sans at the beginning. Got weird. Odd. Let's go. Oh, I don't know what Venti worked, I guess. I don't know if he worked better than. That's not Venti. I don't know if he worked better than normal. Yeah. I might just want to go full attack. We'll see what happens. This was kind of a chill thing. I could read chat while I was playing silly. So we'll do that more. Similar update to Discord. There's stickers, large animated compared to animated emotes, but it requires server boosts to access. Yeah, man, that's a thing. I think I heard somewhere like Discord's not profitable, but I also feel like that's some bullshit. I always feel like that's the same thing when you hear that like Amazon's not profitable, but then you look into it and it's like, no, bitch, you're just selling fucking all of your shit. You're basically making sure that you end the year not making money so you don't have to pay taxes or whatever. Anyway, shit's crazy. People are wild. Lone Syndicate says, my thoughts on Hanada are any more than 3 to 4 is too much. What if this happens? You get one lass, you make her feel like she's on cloud 9, and then from there you can go somewhere, or you just fucking are content and just keep doing that and just keep doing crazy things with that singular person, just keep popping off. But let's not say 3 or 4. Let's say start with 1. And if you can make her so happy that she's like, yes, it's too much love for me to handle and all these things, although I have a tendency to think people are quite greedy, and I'm one of these people. If I was in the reverse situation, I would say, get fucked, not happening. Anyway, so, enough of that. Anyways. Yeah, fucking, man, Razor cannot mess with, what is happening? I'm getting hit, like, Razor stops hitting. That's something I think maybe Eula has a little bit on Razor. I think she has built-in resistance, or resistance to interruption, which can like basically just make a build fall apart. Why is she just slow walking backwards? And then just fucking got Thanos snapped. I don't know what that is. It seemed like a lot, honestly. Do one of these. Do one of these. Do this. Good news, she's weak to Electro. Bad news is she's incredibly resistant to Electro, so I'm not sure the weakness counteracts at all. Is that a thing? Because I think they're 100% resistant to Electro, but I'm not sure if they're permanently like that or if you can decrease the 100% to be a little bit weak to Electro. Don't know. Now he says, I leveled Kazuha. Nice. Fluff says, harems are probably best kept to fiction. It's not something I'd realistically expect to work out otherwise. That's the thing, man. I've seen a lot of shit on the internet, and not even on the internet, just in like certain situations. There's a lot of people who have a lot of like, I don't know what you want to call it. A part of me thinks it might be like traumatic kind of like issues within their childhood where sexuality just isn't like what it is for a lot of people, to where it is just like a fucking other kind of thing. But I don't know. I've also seen a lot of cases where people are like, yeah, I'm so that, and then they're so not. They're so not okay, which is totally fair. I just think you shouldn't preach this thing if that's not what you're also willing to accept. So I don't know. But I have seen instances where, again, and it's funny because the only instances that I've seen it work in this weird, like having a slew of partners, which again, not a fan of, particularly with just realistic expectations, but it is one where the people are hell-bent on making the other people feel wonderful. Like basically they're like it's like, how do I put it? I feel like a certain amount of people need a finite amount of attention, love, compassion, all these things. And if someone has the overwhelming ability to make people feel that way, and also make them feel special and all these things, then I think it could potentially work out. But also, I think communication and all these things are incredibly required. But yeah, and it's funny because I thought about this way back in the day when I first heard what the hell a threesome was, and then you also hear the fallout of like a person in the party gets jealous or something, and then I've always thought of like, what do you call it? Just the notion of someone someone being like just sitting there glaring at the partner. And I guess that's the mantra, is like, if you can somehow find a way to make it so that everyone feels great, 100%, then there might be a way forward, albeit it's not one that I can really rationalize in my head. You know what I mean? I always feel like, what happens when you're tired as shit one day? And I don't even just mean like sexually. I mean, I'm talking more like when you're just fucking emotionally exhausted. You just need to go into a dark room and be alone for a while. But yet, your partner, who's already not getting a lot of love because it's divided, is now without that. But also, what happens when what do you call it? When on the opposite argument, a person could be like, but what if the person's love is like a fucking like too much, like just an incredible amount of affection, specialness, whatever the hell. So I don't know. It's a lot. It seems like a lot, frankly. Actually, let's not do the one we were doing, because yeah, I think Venti kind of makes it slow because he kind of pulls people in the air and he doesn't deal damage exactly. So yes. Phone call, rough. Anyways. Let's see. It says also, I Higarish when they cry season 2 came out and it's so good. That's a sad one, super sad one. No thanks. No thank you. Is that the one where there's a lot of murder, a lot of tiny children getting stabbed? No thanks. I'm good though. Enjoy for the both of us. All that. Fluff says, "Oh, there are also called sands as green." I know. I seen it when I was moving through the rarity of that, and I was like, "God damn." Okay, I guess that makes sense. You know when like everything comes together, and you're like, "Oh, well, shit." I'm frustrated that I didn't see that first. You know. Lindsay says also, all right, read that. Fluff says, I mean, harem ornate in certain cultures and usually in the sense of royalty having a concubines. I mean that realistically, the average person can expect to be able to feasible. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, which is not a good example. You can't expect it. Yeah, I was about to, I knew what you're trying to say. Yeah. Most people, it's unrealistic. Spark says, also, what's good, Spark? Spark says, just zoned out and came back to discussion on threesome. It was a lot, man. It was on a discussion of the harems and how it like falls apart real fast unless you're Thunder Chad or whatever the fuck. You know, even then, I feel like emotional is a huge thing for people. Do this and then this. Well, I guess that is also a strength of Kazuha, like the fact that he doesn't have CC, that he does. Well, he kind of does have CC, but he has like grounded CC, which kind of makes him probably a slight bit better than. I'm not sure I'd say he's better than Venti, but I think he's a different kind of good. If that makes sense. It's like it's still valuable. Like I don't think they're even in the same category, kind of thing, you know. Although I don't know, Sucrose apparently. I don't know. I don't think Sucrose gets power creeped, but people have been saying that. But I don't know. It's also funny because people are like power creep is happening, but yet Mihoyo refuses to upload content that is harder for power creep to even be a thing. You know. So until Mihoyo starts throwing some fucking dumpster ass crazy fucking blitzkrieg level shit at us, I think we're fine for power creep for a while. And yeah, we'll see though. Could eat my words. Polyamory is a different thing, at least in my mind. It can work, but it's almost communication and trust. Yes. You see, in my mind, I can't see it really working. Because to me, I just don't know how you get past the big elephant in the room, you know what I mean? It just seems like a... just like a... I can't... There's like a stopgap in my brain, like a circuit that's just like, and we don't go there. We're going back around. Here we go. So... I mean, Grin, I've always had pretty bad luck with women as relationships status goes. Like I have had some crazy experiences. Yeah, that's you see, we said bad luck. Okay, so I imagine some like yandere shit or some like cheating nonsense. Fucking yeah, that's rough. Oh man, that's a lot of things, man. I hear so many people. Oh. Honestly, my whole biggest thing with relationships, man, I was watching a podcast and they kind of hit it on the head. And I uploaded it a while back in the Grin suggestion tab where I just throw some content that I thought was interesting. But it was a podcast called Sweet Boys Podcast. Cute name, I know. But yeah, it was talking about these dudes who talked about relationships. And to me, it kind of like, I don't know, it's always been like kind of an odd thing for me. But they kind of hit it on the head, which is, I have this stupid idea in my head to like wait. I want to wait till I'm like self-actualized, till I'm the kind of man that I think would be like really worthy of being dependable and has a place in status in life that I can hold my head above water and stuff like that. So I have all these kind of, I'm like, I'll wait or I'll do it in whenever I get this. And then I just notice, and that's what the podcast thing also talks about, is you notice that the goalpost keeps getting further along with every step you make. So if you make, okay, well now I finally feel confident about myself, or now I finally have a body that I like. Well, now I finally have this like personality that I feel like I fostered. And every single time you're like, okay, well what if I'll wait until I have this, or I'll wait until I have that. And it's just this kind of constant bit of business. Dan says, sup, chat. Kaibosh, what's good, Kaibosh? I was gonna say, we got a new person here, Dan. Also, Dan, is that Is that Tower of God? That is insane. If that is Tower of God main character, I have a video coming up today about news about Tower of God sequels and whatnot. Also, I did not invite for whatever reason. You still need this? Oh yeah, Nanny. Good job checking. Yeah. Fluff says, heck, plenty of harem anime thrive off of the moments that spark jealousy and envy, not a healthy sort. In that regard, yes, fair enough. Fluff says, seeing some tests and comparisons that showed Kazuha is about equal to Sucrose in strength if built for EM, but Kazuha is more of a hybrid, while Sucrose and Venti have strong pulls with their ults, kind of CCs people, yeah, I can see that, makes sense. Fluff says, with their burst, with Venti having strongest, I was watching a T-Hub video. That dude is so, like, unintentionally fucking drop dead hilarious, I think. He might be intentional, but it just seems like it's not as funny as he maybe thought it was, but fuck, it hits different. And he was talking about, like, Kazuha's suck. And he mentioned fucking Venti's suck, but he just screamed, suck. It's like loud as he could. And not really, but it was just a different kind. You know when someone can, like, enunciate a word and you're like, I get it. I totally get it, but yeah. It's too funny. Fluff says, while also not the comparison of Sucrose was interesting in Q inquiry, Kazuha was 80 with higher EM, while Sucrose is 69 with lower EM, and yet they matched in clear time. Interesting. Maybe it's the frequency of their hits probably plays a huge part in it, which is why I think Venti was so shocking to so many people. How he's like it's weird because Venti doesn't look like he does a lot of damage at all, but the fact that he hits so goddamn consistently is just, he's just like a shredding machine, like a death by 1,000 cuts kind of vibe. But I do want to ask you, Fluff, if you know a lot about this like elemental mastery business. I still don't know a lot about it. Is it better to build C0 Venti 100% elemental mastery, or is it better to build him elemental mastery, animo damage, and then elemental mastery again? Which one is better? Is it like, should we throw a Viridescent, or not a Viridescent, a Nemo cup on him, or should we just go elemental mastery, elemental mastery, elemental mastery? Because I don't know still. I think it's probably elemental mastery, animo, and then elemental mastery, but I'm hoping I'm wrong, because yeah. Fluff says, so summary of the Sucrose can be instantly strong, even with 21 levels under the 5-star, like, yeah. So Sucrose doesn't, so yeah, maybe she does get power creep, but it's still easier to use Sucrose. That feels like a fair description. Lone Ticket says, yep, I've been cheated on, and yandere type girl came at me with a knife, but luckily, I know self-defense. Ooh, what you learning in self-defense, Lone Syndicate? Let me hear about it. You got some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you got some classic karate, you got some Kung Fu, you got some Taekwondo, you got some kickboxing. I'm curious. Also, Dan says, it is. Love the webcomic. Glad it's back on Webtoon front. Oh, was it not? Was it away for a little bit? Huh. Fluff says, oh, you're done here? Okay, bro. What do you want to go try to do the damn, the one dungeon? The Vagabond Sword weirdness? Fluff says, I think full EM is best if you're guaranteed it's the character you're triggering the reaction with, so having animo damage as one item makes up for the damage that isn't reaction triggering. Oh, okay, I gotcha. That makes sense. I wouldn't know how to build a character I don't own, however. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, yeah. Now the question is, how do we do this one? Because this one, I'm not, oh man, I wish it would save your progression. It doesn't, I don't think. Yeah. God damn it. Because then I gotta sit here and be like, what did I have that was like almost attainable? Because I always stop when I'm like getting close and I'm like, all right, I'll come back to it and I'll kick its ass. And it's kind of sometimes happens. I think I went 25 just because there's so many options you can pick here, so we can just kill them fast in that regard. Guys, I love you. I'll be right back. I'm just looking. I'm gonna have to read for a little bit, so I'll be back. Like presently in the room of chat. When a character takes damage, 5 seconds after character takes damage. Yeah, not sure we should choose that one. Explosions, we could do 5. Sprinting, that seems a little rough, especially for a multiplayer. I'm not sure we should do that one. Let's just trigger everything that we know. Like Oceanid's pretty chill. I think we could do all of the basic variants of the triggering, but nothing too hard above that. We're gonna go Pyro, resist down. Yeah, Cryo, sure. Well, what is no? We're not gonna do it because Nanny has Cryo and Lone Secret has Eula, which I think could be valuable here. I don't want to do physical because Cryo and well, I guess Cryo could no, because then it's Nanny, right. Let's do this. Increase their attack. Not do that one. I hate that one. Yeah, right. One character's active. Damage increased. Yeah, sure. All part no. Well, maybe we should do that instead of shields, but probably not. Go healing lust because Bennett does so much healing. Energy recharge of all party members is decreased. No. Elemental burst take more damage. Yes. Switching characters takes more damage. I think yes. No, not cooldown after they're around. No, don't give them a big shield. When the character is hit by a primo, get an attack. Their defense, sure. Sure. No, not revived. More health. Oceanid, nope. Sure. And sure. All right, well, we probably should take some off because we gave a lot of negatives there. We got 6K. We don't need that much, I think, to get almost everything in the thing. Let's take off the chance of frost trigger. Let's take that off because that just stops everything, I think. All right. Do my boys want to try this? My boys. Although I don't know who we should pick. Get Grin, not Grin, fucking Razor is okay. I think Bennett's probably a safer pick here than our boy Zhongli, but maybe that's wrong. Oh, but no, if you're doing that, then I could go this, and I could be a little selfish. We got Guy and you here. What happened with chat when I looked away? Lone Seeker says, I know the basics of fight, nothing to okay, gotcha. All the way. Well, still, when someone's coming at with you with a knife, there's something like that. Yeah, you just kick her in the head. Cause that's my game plan. If someone's coming at me with a knife, I got some fucking long ass spider legs. Okay. Also, you can kick shit hard as fuck, especially a human body. It's relentless how hard you can kick a human body because it's got squish. So if you kick a wall, you're fucked. Your whole foot snapped in half. But a person, you can eviscerate people with a kick. Anyway, ship out. Got it. Lone Syndicate says, oh no, I read that. Always remember the basics of CQC. I know what that is. Lone Syndicate says, exactly, Fluff. What does that mean? What does that mean? Let's try this first. Razor gets a buff here. Oh, okay, nice. Fluff says, I'm just imagining Grin tossing a handful of spider legs at someone. Like pockets. What is that from? Fucking Pockets. It sounds so familiar, and I remember it so vividly. It was a reference to Mortal Kombat CQC close quarters. Okay, gotcha. Basically, the close quarters. Got it. Got it. All right, let's do it. Y'all ready? Y'all juiced? All right. We're starting with Oceanid. He always starts with Oceanid. God damn you and your flight. Would like to reapply my shield because it can be a nightmare. Also, these things really, like, if you don't have cryo, it's kind of a nightmare. It doesn't really work. I mean, this is so nice. Like, just whoop. Just having to fight like one big creature is just I'm at peace. God damn you! If I do this, jump, melee. God damn you! Ah, did I hit? I did hit him. This is all nanny. This is all nanny. Yes! It works! It's not elegant by any means, but it works. God damn you! One of these. Did that hit? It did hit, but it was relatively useless because, yes, again, I hate this boss. Uh-oh. No, it's fine. Can I do one of these? Can I do this? Oh, I wanted to see if I could reach him. I bet I could. Hurry up. Ah, it was a waste. It was a waste. Damn you. Fucking Christ, my guy. I just want to hit you. Help me, shield. Wait, there's a no, it's possible. Ooh, it was not that possible. It was real rough. It is rough out here. I-frame dodge. Probably not, honestly. We'd hit him like once. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna quickly heal my boy because I trust that we'll get picked up eventually. Oh wait, I'll do one of these. Does that not heal me? This zone doesn't heal me? I think it's he heals you when you activate all. When he activates set all. Oh, quickly! One of these. God damn it! Climb! Oh, super sketchy. Oh, really, game? You just fucking fight me tooth and nail. There we go. All right, it's looking real rough for me. Razor's real weak, but I got a shield, so theoretically it'll be okay, right? This. Also, oh my, yeah, Razor's ability died, because yes, of course it did. Of course it did. Why would it not, right? Although, Razor and Ganyu making a match made in heaven. She's quite huge, though, in comparison to him. He's, I think, still a child, but probably did more horrific manly things than most of us would ever dream to do, so all that. Also, nice. I'm too scared to use my ult, because I want to make sure I have at least, there it is. Let me do this. Do one of these. Switch to our boy. Do this. And now melee. Eat, Razor. Go. Ooh, it's looking real rough. I would rather not take the tempt fate with almost letting Razor die there, because I don't think I have enough powers to do the things. And we'll do this just because it's wasted having it on us. Also, guys, did I mention how great you are putting up with me not looking and hanging out with chat for a minute? I'm sorry, this is one of those things where you kind of need to be a little in the game. All right. Oh, God, not me. Oh, my goodness. It hurts so much. What happened? Golly. Ow. I don't even think I don't even think I put that, like, he has that much power. Like that ice storm, I don't even think we equipped it. So I don't know what's happening with that. No, Lone Syndicate's not, but it's fine, because, yeah, he'll come back. I forgot. It's not something that we should, like, worry too much about. Although I wonder if it is better just to let Razor die, or, like, let Zhongli die and see how it plays. Because, yes, otherwise I have to waste my food and such. Also, ow. Now we'll fight over here. And still trying to kill my ass. The game's hellbent. Let's not play this game. Be very careful. Very careful. Some of this. Fresh shield. Got some other shields on me. Should work out. There's that massive healing. Do this, because they're, I think, channeling or angling on me. Man, ult invincibility is such a cool, like, slight passive trigger. So I gotta let that final hit. All right, we're gonna run away. Great! Why did that hit so hard? What's that? Oh, maybe because I don't know. There's some sort of debuff here as well that I'm not addressing. But I had full health and we got clipped by a thing, and we're just done. Good news, we had 7 minutes. Just chip away at this. Bad news is I've already burned through 2 revives, so we're gonna be on the waiting list for, frankly, a great deal of time. I'm really just dealing damage through my ult here, which is, you know, it's kind of sad, but we'll just do this. Don't think I can revive Razor yet. Not even close. Man, he's pretty easy to dodge, all things considered. Although maybe I'm not even... Run! Run, God! God, help me! Oh, really? Why did that hit so hard? Maybe it's because we're so weak. I have probably a modifier that's just killing my ass like that. But hey, we can revive now and Razor can come back. So that's actually probably a positive, although I do think every time we revive, we give him a little bit more health. And again, it's boss fight, man. It just stops you from being able to do single target damage, then you just fall apart. Is this guy the one that's the weakest? I don't know. Also, I probably should use Razor's ult because I think it does give him interruption and like resistances, but I don't know how much resistance it gives him. They're perfectly close to each other. Love it. This. Fuck it, I think I did give him an ult. Or a shield, I mean. Melee, kill this fuck. Please. Oh, we're in the death essence. No, stay away. Oh, Razor, don't die. Don't die like this. God, it's the worst. Them being so far away. They're gonna do weird samurai slashes, which looks so cool. God, I hope there's a character in the future that can do that. Is it Ayaka? I think she's more of like a venti feel where it's just like a bunch of random shit. But like a giant swirl weirdness. Die, goddamn you! Is this the right person? No, I'm fighting an entirely different force. Well, we'll do this. Good news, we don't have another person after this, so we have plenty of time to try to wreck. I'm really worried because I don't. Is he gonna do? I thought he was gonna do his stupid smash the ground thing. He's doing it! Run away! Razor, please! It is cool that it is quite telegraphed, though. All right, we're doing one of these. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna pop off like this. Oh, I probably should have hit once with my first time, but it's fine. But at least he can't put down a fucking giant, like, death zone. Because honestly, that's the worst one. The whole, like, spectral blades is reasonable. But the fact that he puts down this huge zone of just fuck off is too much. You're sitting there like an asshole, like, come on. Please, let me do any sort of damage would be great. But instead, nothing. So you can hear me ferociously button mashing. Well done! Oh, I thought you did get him. Nice! We did it. 600, man, look at us. I was about to say we could crank up the difficult or like the health because we have them at 20k health because otherwise it's just you're sitting there just hacking for days. It's too much. But Nanny or Lone Sinker, do you guys got any ones that you didn't do yet, or do you guys burn through that long ago? But regardless, I can finally claim my last thing. I think. Let's go over here. Give me this Primo Gems. Bang. Let's go over here. Claim and claim. All done. Nice. I'll do that later, I think. Oh. Fluff says, I'm just imagining... Right, Green tossing a bunch of fucking spider legs. Like some sort of creep. Which would be great, honestly. It's kind of like the move when someone's throwing... Like, you're about to get into a fight, and then someone just whips down their pants. Everything's out, and you're like, come on. And it's like just hella power move. Probably doesn't end well for you, because your fucking underwear is near your ankles. You're probably going to get hit, but even still... Also, maybe this man is a closet homosexual and can't accept himself yet, so he's like, I hate myself. I'm gonna hit you because you're weaponizing this against me, and then punched. So it could all go bad. Maybe not the best play, but funny nevertheless. All good here. Same. You guys did it long before me. God damn you. Nanny says, yes. Well, sure, Nanny. Sorry, Nanny was like, you want to do the one like the badminton event? Sure, but nothing counts. Because I've retired. Alright? I've retired. I'm not trying. I'm looking to read chat. And I'm not just desperately holding on to my three wins, basically, from yesterday. Also, are they spread out? So for the second one, is it in a different location? It is not. Go to challenge on map. It's the same place. Okay, gotcha. Oh, but we can't do 3. Oh, but Lone Sinker left. Okay. Are you scared to lose, says Nanny? Nanny, I beat you. All right, not even... Now, yes, for us, it was like it was very, how do I say it, really close. But it doesn't matter. A win is a win. I very much am a believer of the... be competitive with your children if you become a father, but as soon as they start to get close to being able to beat you, just don't accept any more challenges, all right? Otherwise, you've lost a great deal of respect, maybe, from the person themselves. So, yeah. Miles says retired again. That's what the stream says. Retired. I'm retired. It's all meaningless. It's like you're fighting an old relic of the past at this point. You know what I mean? Means nothing. Okay. Winning now, it's like fighting a corpse. Okay. Really let myself go in these last 2 days. You guys don't even know. It's been a mess. Badminton? Yes. Do you guys not? Is that right? That's spelled correctly because you guys don't know badminton? You guys gotta know badminton, right? Badminton's is shit. Alright, a lot of people like tennis. Fuck tennis. Alright, badminton is significantly more fun. You don't look very powerful doing it, nor can you grunt like a madman, but you get a lot of speedy, like, in it. Ooh. Carthage says, I say fuck all physical activity sports. You know what's something crazy though, Carthage? Apparently you burn more, or you can burn like, what is it, 6K calories playing chess. We've talked about this before, but that never doesn't make me just blown away. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back in a couple seconds. Probably we'll do this a couple times, and then I think I might take the arduous task of what do you call it? Doing this. I'm not again, old relic. Just a corpse again. Just would like to reiterate. I was about to say it was bullshit. Good job, Nanny. Great job, Nanny. Easy. You're doing so well. I'm so proud of you. You've surpassed the master in my youth. Okay. This is one of those games where the least you try, the better you get at it. God damn you, Nanny! You did this! Okay, so now there's some cryo elements. See, I'm just playing on the defense. Like, I'm not even up there like with Nanny. Nanny's just up there killing it, living his best life. I'm just here chilling, you know? Look at this. Look at all this time I got. It's hard being at the top, you know what I'm saying? It's so hard. You gotta let the young ones get after it where they can. You know? You know what I mean? Young man's game. I can't even play in the background as I'm laughing to my stupid self so much. God, that was fast. That one, Jesus Christ. Nanny, that was yours. Come on. There's also those guys who are like, come on, it was all you. What are you doing? It was like, dude, it's a mile away from me, and it was really more closer to you. So don't do this game with me. I call bullshit. I hit that one. There's also people like that. I'm just playing defense, guys. I'm just, you know, Nanny's just working hard. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say I'm playing good defense. Again, a relic of the past. Letting the next generation get after it. You know what I mean? What is this? Instant aggro, maybe? Oh no, it makes my Nanny. I think I got special power up thing. It's pulsating. I know, yuck. But still. And he's just killing it. Living his best life over here. Yep, look at that. All of that. Man, look at him go. The youth. It's incredible. Just incredible. Alright. I should have got that one up. That one was sad that I didn't get it. Come on! Please! It's one thing to be retired or rusty. It's another thing to be awful. Okay. See, guys, there's an art in, if you're going to lose, make it as not fun for the other person as humanly possible. Take all steam out of their victory, all right? That is the ultimate play, okay? If you're going to lose, make them feel like they're fighting a child, okay? And look at Nan, look at 100,000. I'm happy to go. I'm happy to be retired. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Oh, Lone Syndicate says, it would be funny if Genshin ever did a PvP. We could fight each other, but that will never happen. Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. That'd be really cool, actually. But I think it would also be like a thing where people were like, actually, it makes for some amazing YouTube titles, like how to beat an F2P or how to beat a whale as an F2P. MTash would just pop off. Carthage, and then everyone would be like, "You have a god account." What are you talking about? It would be funny if Genshin. All right, Fluff says that's the correct spelling. Smacking around shuttlecock with a racket. Yeah, all that. That is what it is. If I have to get off my ass in order to play, I don't want it. I'm just imagining Carthage sitting there in a chair playing chess, but just sweating like buckets, just sitting there like, oh, fuck, I'm dying. It reminds me of a Blood Blockade Battlefront, where he's playing like 4D chess and he's just dying as he's playing because it's too strenuous. Lone Sinker says, really? 6K from playing chess? Yeah, it's crazy. These world grandmaster chess players are just wild. Mel says, just kidding, we play even every sport. Nice. Oh, I see. You say for New York, we play tennis and handball. Oh, nice. What's handball again? I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Tennis is great, but it's too fucky. Tennis, you gotta like, if it's windy, you're just fucked. I should stop saying effort. But I was debating what's better, tennis or ping pong. I think ping pong wins just because it's so easy to do. It's just like really acceptable. You can just get after it with relative ease. I feel like that's the play. I want to do this a couple more times, Nanny. You can shine even brighter. We got 5K there. And by me, I mean Nanny. Nanny got 5K there. Although they do give you the ability, I think, to get like a special hit in. The Razors probably has a little more. Oh, I can't change characters when I get into it here. Weird. What if I just try to make it so that Nanny can be less successful in his endeavor by getting hit by all of them? Ha! Ah! God damn you! You're somehow saving my own life. Let me die, damn you. I'm retired and everything means nothing. Okay. That's actually one of the most depressing stats ever. It's like it's like just like a test case for human purpose being so like the pinnacle of life, having meaning. I call Bush. I hit that. Again, also it's kind of weirdly laggy. Oh, I didn't mean to grab this. Nanny should definitely have this. Ooh. 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 Ah. Oh, come on. There we go. This is a very fun game. This is one of the ones where people were like, it's going to be so boring, it's going to be so gamey. This one's actually, if it stayed in the game and this is something you had to do every week, this would be not bad. Because it's just kind of like, reminds me of like lock-picking in like Bethesda games. Oh, I didn't mean to grab it, Nanny. God damn it. Also, did somebody just message me or something? I don't know. Regardless, all that. Do. Fucking shit I missed. Why do I swear as a default? Boom. What happened? I didn't even know. I didn't even see I didn't even see myself get hit. That's what I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, I may do this on my time just because I can't look at the chat. It's like enough stimulation to where I can't really do shit. But anyways, I did want to talk to you guys about something, kind of as like an impromptu let's talk. And I did want to make something very clear. If I am going to talk about it, it needs to be through, like, I have to use an example of what happened, and I have to make sure the person knows that it is, I love them to bits, and it's not that. It's like a self-analyzation thing where I had to manage and deal with some shit, but I have to use examples. So yes. So all the love, all that, it's just, yeah. Man, I'm really falling apart. It's just because they're scattering them all around. It's almost like in the pursuit to get all of them, you'll get none of them, which is rough. Even still, we still got more than we did the first time when we were playing with Nanny, I think. Which I'm not sure if it's just because the first match is not that much or what. But yes. Oh, also, Nanny, can I be invited to your home so that I can buy your rocks from your world? Is that okay? I'm not sure. The reason why I ask is because Lone Syndicate, I'm not sure if he's still playing, basically. And Lone Syndicate is usually I'm like, hey, psst, hey, can I have the rocks? Unless there's none there, Nanny. In that case, never mind. Will Nanny let me into his humble abode? Pending, waiting. Oh, you are still here. Okay, well, then I might. Let's see. Nanny's just hanging out. Let's see. Where is Lone Syndicate? There it is. Thank you. Thank you, Lone Syndicate. Maybe Nanny didn't have any rocks left, because sometimes people, like, everyone asks, like, give me your rocks, which is weird. Also, where is the thing? Oh, I cannot wait. Apparently in 1.7 we're gonna get finally teleportation rods in our like little areas, and also flowers, which I cannot wait. That's gonna be so useful, man. It's fun to have. Golly, I like this, Nanny. This is real nice. Or not Nanny, sorry, Lone Syndicate, like the little kind of like weird wine cellar. Love it. Austin, did you make this? This is also great. Am I going the right way? I am. Oh, it's a little to the right though. There he is. That fat fuck. Anyways. Then he says, I'm returning to my world. Give me a... Oh, sorry. Wait, oops. A cap lock. It's all good now. You don't have to worry about that. You've been here long enough to where we know it means nothing. It's not like any sort of negative nonsense. Anyways. Ooh, I gotta do one thing though. I forgot. Did I get the thing right? Is that... Did I buy enough? I didn't really check. We did. Good stuff. I still need to do a lot of random shit, but I'll do that later tonight. But let us go over here. I still didn't buy the fragile resin in my Serena teapot, so I'll have to go do that real quick. This... Oh, I need to get out of multiplayer first. Weird. Actually, I think I just need to travel outside. Good. Yes. So ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start. Basically, it's a let's talk. Yeah, an impromptu let's talk, which is basically me just like having a therapy session with my community, and it's probably not as healthy as I would like to think, but it's what it is. Good for me. Actually, I should say it's incredibly healthy for me, because it's a way for me to like self-diagnose myself and actually look at myself objectively, but also have an understanding of how certain things happen within my head, and I feel like just talking it through the paces kind of helps, at least to me, a lot. But yes. Let's go over this and then grab that and then get some love from my people and then jump over to the condensed resin as well as the Mora is what I think I'll grab because I'm real low on Mora. Also, I don't know why I still buy these just because it's habit and it's also cheap as dirt, so why not have it? And also it will go away I think eventually, so we're gonna get this. Ooh, so much less money, and we're gonna buy all of these because we're really low on Mora, even though probably the experience books is probably best considering how much it's gonna take to level up my characters. Boom. Good stuff. All right. Now we are going to immediately use the fragmented resin because that's not how that works. Just being able to profit off and keep it. It'll go away as soon as this week comes to an end, but that's why we're going to give it, convert it into our self and then condense it into condensed resin, which is kind of weird, but is what it is. Use. Yeah, expire. Oh, it expires in 7 days. Okay, no, it's just by time picked up is when it expires. Interesting. Still, I'll turn you into condensed resin just because to be safe. Freaks me out otherwise. Do this. Alrighty. Let's talk. Let's see how this goes. Because I might fuck this up quite a bit, but I don't think I will. Let's see. Let's just wait. Alright. So hi, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta use the washroom. Now I'll use the washroom before we chat about this like mental diagnosis for myself. Alright, I'll be right back. All right. My eye. Okay, let's see. How can we talk about this? And okay, let's try. Hi, my name's Grin. This is our daily dose of therapy session for your boy. Okay, so now in order to talk about, now by the way, I probably won't look at chat for a while because this is going to be a lot of just me trying to get things a little centered. Also, what is good, Minnie Hootao? Love the name. You say, yo guys, am I late? Just a little bit. We're actually winding down, but I wanted to make a point to talk about this because I don't really want to make a normal let's talk about this. So yeah, I wanted to get your guys' take on it. But also, honestly, it's less of needing your guys' take on it and more of me just needing to kind of get it out of me because I kind of feel like it's hard to like truly cement things if you're not putting them out there and kind of standing by them, if that makes any sense. So yes, so forgive me anyone who's just popping in. I'm gonna be very selfish in my explanation of how I'm feeling recently. And I'm going to be using an example from someone who is in our community and is one of my favorite people, and I hope this is not taken in a weird way. So yeah. And it's going to be very insular and all these things. But basically, how do I put it? Okay, what's the place where I should start? Over the course of me doing doing YouTube, there's been these like 4 or 5 moments where I've felt awful. Like I'm talking awful. I've never felt burnt out, nothing like that. But I have had these moments where I feel like as a human being, as the self, I feel like just best way I can describe it is like truly deep seated and like awful. It's a horrible feeling. I can describe it in these instances. And this happened a little bit recently. Now I'm not sure how much. I want to make it. I know the person who was talking about this did not mean for me to be hurt by it or anything like that, but I thought I'd give my take on it. So one of the things that I fully want to take responsibility for in Genshin is the fact of this weird free-to-play thing. And basically, I always say that I'm free to play. Now, just as like a quick aside, which maybe isn't fair, first of all, I should be very, very clear. The criticism that was kind of levied against me, which I agree with, is I should be very, very clear about how I've gotten my progression to best not mislead people, correct? Right? And I agree with that entirely. But when I read it, I was really tired. I was sick because I got my ass kicked by my second COVID shot and all these things. Regardless, the reason why I like to say that I'm free to play, and it's not true, first of all. If your definition of free to play is someone who hasn't spent $1 into the game, then no, that's absolutely wrong. I'm not that. So I'll stop saying that. That's a fair criticism. I'll take that on the chin. But the reason why I say it is because in the same reason why I would say it in Let It Die, where I would still say that I was free to play. Now, why is because I was able to get in Let It Die all the way to the final floor in Let It Die without spending any money into the game. And then when I finally did everything in the game and I proved that you could do everything in the game with relative ease to get to the end, I spent money in the game. And Genshin was no different, unless I'm mistaken. I'm open to maybe having a misperception of my run-through of Genshin, but if I'm not mistaken, I had Venti at the start because I did this re-rolling thing. I also, my first banner I believe I wished on was a banner with Zhongli. And also it had, I think, a shit ton of razors in it. So I lucked out and got a lot of razor. I got max consolation for razor because I waited for a banner to have not only a 5-star I wanted, but also 4 stars. And I basically got to the point where I had a pretty giant slew. I think when I started spending money into Genshin, I believe it was right around the time when I got Xiao. And then people were talking about how much bang for your buck the Welkin Moon gives you. Although I think maybe, I could be wrong, but maybe before then I bought 1 season pass. But I don't think I did. But I, again, could be wrong. But anyways, my point is, the reason why I say I'm free to play is because I was able to clear everything in the game at that point without me having spent any money in the game. So I thought that it would be fair to say, well, if I could do this before I basically spent money in the game, then it's fair to say that you could do it too. If you just, take the words and heed the thing and spend Primo Gems on the right things, you can go really, really far. Now, some of you might be like, but Grin, you can't do the end of Spiral Abyss. And I would reply, yes, because none of my characters, my great, like everyone would agree that they're fucking S-tier characters, I don't level them up. Why don't I level them up? Because I'm trying to invest in other characters, newer characters, that I can showcase and maybe help someone out in the long run. Maybe show them how to build a character that maybe they're having a little struggle with building, and things like that. So that's why a lot of my characters don't have much of a bite, because I'm kind of spreading myself out in a weird way in the hopes to help people with content in the game. So that's my side. But here's like the let's talk portion of it, because right on the thing it's like 100% yes. It doesn't hurt to just be very clear about what you've done in the game. Say like majority of my time, I spent my primos, in my opinion, smart, and I didn't. I basically do all this stuff in the game. But then I spent money in the game. I started buying Welcome Moons. I started doing the thing, which again is only like $7, $5 a week. So again, my response to people who are considering to spend money in this game would be never spend money on Genesis crystals, because they're just super not valuable. Instead, buy the Welcome Moon. With whatever money you would want to give to the developers, because you're enjoying the game and you're enjoying your experience, do the Welcome Moon earlier rather than later, and you'll be pretty well off. Now, yes, you might have to wait and skip a couple banners, whatever it may be, but still, that's the best, in my opinion, bang for your buck. But here's the let's talk portion again. So I read this thing in a couple days ago, where I was reading comments in the Discord, and I seen that this was brought up. And again, it was brought up in a very intelligent and wonderful way, where it was saying, hey, this, like, you're not free to play, Grin. And I was like, okay, well, again, that my reasoning is because I was able to clear all this stuff in the game without spending money, so I feel like it's okay for me to say free to play, but arguably, no. If the definition is to spend money in the game, then I'm just lying, and that's not okay. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Regardless, the person brought forth the information of, hey, let's like if at best you should say you're a light spender, because you could be spreading misinformation or giving people a really wrong perception of what you attained with while spending money. So you're saying you're free to play, but yet you have a Zhongli and you have a Razor 6-star and you have a Venti and all of these characters, and that's not true, because you have spent money in getting, well, not Razors and Zhonglis, but maybe like a Hu Tao or like a Xiao. Although I didn't spend money on Xiao either, but regardless. People could argue that, and I'm like, that's totally fair. Again, just a quick fix would just be, instead of saying free to play, say I spend I spend money on the Welcome Moon. I have spent money in the game on Genesis crystals, $80. It was such a shitty investment, and I occasionally, whenever I feel like it is necessary, I buy the season pass, and I've only done that I think 2 to 3 times. So that's, take with that with what you got. If you can't find that money lying around, which again, the $80 I spent on the Genesis crystals is just ridiculous. You should not do that. It is, especially with how bad Canadian dollar is compared to US, it's just not a good look. Regardless, this is now how I feel. So all that's reasonable. But the way I felt when I read it, and this has happened many times in the past. So I'm reading this comment, and this comment had that last part in there, saying essentially, Grin, this is like, people, you shouldn't say you're free to play, because you could be giving people misinformation. You could be hurting people essentially within the community. Like, you could be giving the wrong sense of a situation because you're saying this and you're really not that, and that could be dishonest and all these things. Now, first of all, that hurt. And I know it didn't mean to hurt. So the person who's saying this, I know I need you to detach yourself from the entire situation, almost as if this is not you, because I love you to bits. This is not what that is. But I wanted to talk to you guys about a thing that I found, a problem within the system. Anyways, so when I heard that, it made me, why did it hurt you, Grin? The first answer, or the first question. The first question is because I think, and this is my understanding of myself, but I do my best to try to give people the benefit of the doubt always. I don't want to live in a world where I'm surrounded with monsters or cruel people, because that's all I ever see people talk about is the worst in the world, how shitty a movie was, how bad a character is, how nonsense that this or that is, and just nothing but absolute shit, basically. People just spewing out the worst take ever because they feel like in order to have a good take, it needs to be negative. So I always try to do my best to give people the benefit of the doubt. And in cases like this, even if it was not the person's intended outcome, it makes me feel like, well, why are you suggesting that I would intentionally try to misinform people or do this thing? Now, again, arguably the information was that. But it doesn't change the fact that it makes me feel like, well, I try to do my best to give everyone else the benefit of the doubt, but when it doesn't get back to me, it feels kind of like bad, right? It feels like, well, shit, I would you should know that I would never have the intention of doing this. And this is a thing that happened significantly later down the line, in terms of like my whole YouTube kind of career. But there's been these tentpole moments where the same kind of thing happened. And I'm not kidding you guys when I say it wrecks me. Like, I'd rather have someone tell me that they're gonna try to kill me, that I'm the worst, that I'm whatever fucking slur, anything. But it's just this specific thread, which I'll explain in a minute, of why it hurts so much whenever I hear it. So there's two tentpoles. One of them is, and let's talk about this. So the reason why it hurts is because for me, the one thing that I despise more than ever, more than anything, is the feeling of doing harm. I do not like to make people feel sad. I do not like I do not like to make people feel any kind of horrible negative way. Especially when they're people in my community that I care about a great deal and have been here forever. And yeah, so first of all, when someone levies like a criticism, or like they signify that they are somehow hurt or offended or something like that, to me, I don't want to do harm, so I rush over to try to clear up the situation and try to help the animal that's bleeding or whatever. But at the same time, that's fine when I truly do feel I fucked up. But then there are these situations where I don't feel I did something wrong, like my intention was not to be cruel or to cause harm, but yet I'm the one saying sorry because somebody perceived it as wrong or doing harm or something like that. And there's this feeling within my like soul that feels like I'm lying, like I'm saying sorry and I don't mean it, like I didn't have the intention to harm you, but yet I'm pretending as if I did and taking on that all. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm taking it all on. I'm saying, you know what, it was my fault. I shouldn't have done that. I'll do better in the future. When it also could be taken on by a lot of other people. People could give me the benefit of the doubt and know that I'm not trying to make them feel any which way. They could also give me the benefit of the doubt and not, and what do you call it, to assume that I don't have ill intention and all these kinds of things, or even just to say, you know, it's both our faults or whatever it could be. And again, the person I'm talking about is not involved, and that's why I kind of want to go back a little bit. And another time this happened where I felt like super shit in my YouTube career kind of thing was back when we used to have a person in our community, and we were talking about, this is just like a back and forth on Twitch, but we were talking about this dub versus sub. And I remember I always hate the argument because it just seems like it's got a lot of passion behind it for no reason. Let people enjoy what they want to enjoy. And I come into the argument with hearing people who have debated me on this a lot. And I come into it hot, basically, but I don't have any emotional anger tied to it, but I think I sound like I do. Regardless, back in the day when this conversation was happening, a person started basically signifying to me when I was streaming that they were being offended, like they were starting to like find my conversation with them as combative, and as hurting them, or I'm getting like angry at them or like whatnot, and they were the one, in my opinion, not hurling insults, but being rude and saying you're stupid or something like that. For having this understanding of it, like for liking dubbed anime, you're stupid and you're trash or whatever. And in my experience, it wasn't meant in like a jesty kind of goofy way. Regardless, the person signified that I was the one in the wrong, that I was the one who was being cruel. So then, what do I do? Again, I don't like making people feel that way, so then I rush to try to fix it. I rush to try to not cause harm. So in my pursuit to not do harm, I do my best to say sorry, and I try to take on all of the potential problems that are there. But then I also have this part in my body that's like, but wait, I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Why? I would never try purposefully to do that. And yes, I understand that in some cases you can't, you should say sorry if you did hurt someone's feelings. But what if you didn't? What if you're apologizing for something that you didn't even say or believe in? And this is kind of the crux of this system that I'm kind of talking about. This system at large, for me, is fucky, because I think about that, and some of you guys might be like, well, Grin, that's, and again, the reason why to me it's a problem is because the root cause of this, because I ask myself, well, why do I get my heart tied into it? Why do I want to make people not feel like they're hurt or sad? Why do I not want to spread misinformation, even though I don't feel like I'm doing that? Why do I feel that way? And it all comes down to the fact that And again, this could mean nothing. Words are fickle, and hopefully actions could speak loud for them. Hopefully my past actions paint this narrative as well, but I'm open for that being wrong. But I care a lot, especially about our community. Ooh, I say that one thing and I start to crumble. But anyways, so again, that's kind of the root of me feeling a little emotional, is because I give a shit and I don't want to cause misinformation, and I feel like I'm not causing information, but people could bring up an argument of, well, you are doing this, or you're being whatever, and this all kind of culminates in, I think it's not a great system, because what happens when it's not just 2 people who have a misunderstanding about me? What happens when it's 4 people that think I am homophobic, that think I am cruel, that think I am transphobic, that think I am racist? What if people misunderstand a joke that I made and perceive it as who I actually am, or whatever? This works maybe in like a one-to-one thing. Like, you can care a lot, but what happens when it's not just 3 people, but instead it's thousands of people that have a misunderstanding of you? Are you going to run around and try to change or be the person that you think you are and make them see it for thousands and thousands and hundreds of millions of people? I just don't know if that's a system that can work. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about. And by the way, it's a lot of it is me having that underlying thing of most people would just be like, well, whatever. I know that's not important, or I know I had no intention of doing that, so I'm going to say sorry just to kind of fix the situation. But I hate being dishonest. It makes me feel like I'm just scum, lying, nonsense shit. So for me, the feeling of just saying that to say it is just not a possibility. But then I say it sometimes. I say I'm sorry without feeling like I'm in the wrong, or feeling like it's not my fault that you perceive something as horrible. I'm not going to fight to be something that you have to see positively. And that to me is where I'm kind of coming from. So let me take a drink of coffee because my brain's running out of juice to express myself properly. So how I'm thinking, essentially, is kind of like that. First of all, I try to look at it from okay, well, why does this make me so sad? Why does this make me so, it's not even sad, it's hurt. And it shouldn't, because I know the person, and so many people do not have this intention for it at all. So why does it feel this way? So then I ask myself, again, I come to the realization of I care. I really care about what people, how certain people see me. And I think, honestly, a lot of people see me. I give a shit. If someone were to run around and call you a racist, what would you do? I would assume you would try to be like, wait, what? I know who I am, but you shouldn't be saying shit like that. That's horrible. What if people believe you? I know I'm not that. And then you start fighting tooth and nail to stop that person from saying it. So that, to me, just seems like a bad system to care to this extent about these kinds of things, to care about how people perceive the good in you. Because if you care this much, how are you going to stop 1,000 people from misunderstanding a joke, from misunderstanding, or even, so that's why I like to phrase it, because I don't want to stop criticism against me. I love when people point out what's wrong, and that's the problem of me not wanting to talk about this, because I'm afraid that it makes people feel like they're walking on eggshells with me. But it's not you that needs to change, it's me. I basically think that it's a bad system to care to this extent of what others deem you to be kind, worthy, or whatever. So to me, and could be bonkers, but to me this is a better system. And this is the kind of system that I used to tell myself when I was younger, and I always thought it made me sound like an edgelord, so forgive me if that's what it sounds like. But instead of being a person that cares so much about what people think, specifically about the good within you, what would be a stronger end? What would be a stronger system? And that would be, to me at least, to become the person that knows that if the whole world was against you, that everyone told you that you were racist, homophobic, transphobic, cruel, mean, rude, that even if with all of those people telling you those horrible things, you would still love yourself. You would still stand atop all of them and know the kind of person that you are. Now, yes, people could say that this is a bad take because you could be delusional. I trust who I am. I trust that my values are mine. And also, why am I living up to other people's value structures? I have to look myself in the mirror. I don't have to make you look at me. You can walk away. So even if it's maybe ego or whatnot, I think it's still a better place to be. That's a stronger foundational place, especially if you're planning on being an entertainment or a YouTuber or a Twitch person or anything like that. I think it is far, far more valuable to do that, to just be happy with yourself, to where if someone does come up to you and say you're a racist, or you're misleading people, or you're damaging people's perception of whatever could be the criticism levied against you, deep down you know who you are, and you're not leeching anyone's perception of yourself as your own perception. Again, because that's kind of what I was doing. I was getting frustrated with the idea that I wasn't being represented properly and whatnot. And it's funny because in the community of Genshin right now, it's kind of happening with two different kinds of people. Is they're like getting devoured by their audiences and misperceptions of who they think they are and who they know they are. And they're letting these random people dictate how they feel about themselves and each other. I just think it's a bad idea. So then there's the question, how do you move forward? How do you move forward with the sense of, okay, I need to care about myself. I need to know deep down that I have my back, and if the whole world was against me, I would still be okay because I know I have me. And that way, I can keep being there for others. And that kind of is where I'm at too, is where I don't need to destroy how much I care. I need to destroy the perception of me needing other people to care about me. Because that's my goal with YouTube. My goal is to try to be valuable. My goal is to make people smile and feel important and show them the wonder in themselves and in the things we're doing, and to make them feel like they have a home in this community, in a place where they can relax and not feel judged. And if they do feel judged, feel picked up by the judgment and not torn down. And in order to be that, I can't allow the kind of like good. You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird thing, but it's like I need to do this weird mix of like accept or not accept, frankly. I just not accept the good, but that means I also don't have to accept the bad. Now, that doesn't mean I don't appreciate everyone who says something lovely. It just means I can't expect it. Does that make any sense? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. To me, it was it's something that happened a lot in the past, where like I think about past things and the reason why they bothered me so much. And again, I think the reason is I don't want to do harm. So then I rush to go try to not do harm. But then I realize, why am I rushing to make this person think of me in any which way? And I don't know if they would do the same for me. I don't know if they would try to like make me think of them in a better light. I don't know if this or that. And again, this is I'm thinking about things way in the past at this point. People who have long moved on from our community, I think. But yeah. Anyways, so the thought I came to is I think it's a bad system. And I think about the same thing because there's some drama going on in the Genshin community. But long story short, it just seems like people are caring a lot about they're letting other people determine who they are as people. They're letting other people determine that they're not kind, that they're cruel. And I think that's just a bad thing to do. Know who you are, stand by who you are, and I think that's a better place to be. Ego might seep in, and you might be a fucking not like a crazy egotistical bastard, but at least you'll be happy. You know what I mean? At least you're not feeling like you hate the fact that you didn't stand up for what you believe, or the fact that you're working so hard to make someone like you who you don't know if they would try that hard to make you feel better about the situation or anything like that. And also, it's intrinsically that you know that you had no ill intention to do harm, is the thing that kind of eats me alive. Because I'm the one who's saying sorry, even though I'm like, but wait, I know I didn't like do that. And again, there's a great example or great instances where people who like, you still hurt people, so you still probably should own up to the fact that you did hurt someone and that you're sorry about hurting them, but not sorry about doing the thing that you believe in anyway. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if that made sense. Again, more or less, I just think it's a bad system to kind of care so much about how people perceive you, and I think in moving forward, I'm going to do my best to just be really okay with. I'm not going to let anybody fuck with the self that I know I am. I know I have a pretty fucking high ceiling that I want to reach in my life. I want to make people feel wonderful. I want to be a great man. I want to do all these things. I don't need people telling me that I'm not good enough or that I need to work harder. I know my limits. I know what I want, and I'm going to get it based on my own self and my understanding moving forward. Hope that makes sense, and I hope that's fair. And again, to me, it's this way. I'm hopeful that I won't get my heart tied into certain things. And if somebody in our community, because that was the other thing, is like I thought about this on scale. So I was like, okay, well, in this one instance, I could just bury it deep or move it to the side or not let this thing that fucking eat away at me. And then I'll just do that. But what happens when it's not just one person saying something that makes me feel this way? What happens when it's 50? Then what? Well, I'm just fucking broken at that point. So that just doesn't seem like a very viable option moving forward, you know? So I try to think of what would be something that would like allow you to take endless punishment, to just be ripped to shreds. And to me, that's the it's 100% fine to not like me, to not care about me, to hate what I have to say. All of these things, something that could handle like just the barrage and the wave of cancel culture, hatred, misunderstandings of jokes, and all of these things that are hell-bent for the future, I'm sure. And that is to just know oneself enough to not allow others to have an effect on you in that way. Now, it's kind of hard because you need to do again, I don't want to like close off my appreciation and wonderful audience. I don't want to close myself off to you guys, but I just need to close off that door that is, I need you to like me. I like me, and that's good enough. And if you don't like me, then that's 100% okay. I wish you the best in life, you know? So I need to be that, and I need to make sure I follow that, because if I don't follow that, then it's just going to eat away at me endlessly. And yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to re-chat a little bit because I do want to know what you guys think about the whole situation. But yeah, and again, a lot of this is just me. That's what I wanted to make a point at, because I know most of the cases that I have, people aren't trying to do harm. Or maybe some cases they are, but definitely not the recent one or even the recent one. But yeah, I think it's the best case. It's a stronger system, especially having seen how, like, I don't want to really, I've been trying to avoid it, but like Tectone, Emitash, Envy to some extent, they're getting, when people get successful enough, you're bound to get people who just want to shred you, to rip you to shreds. So to not, and I've seen everybody succumb to it, and it's brutal because people try to live up to other people's expectations. At the end of the day, my goal is to be the man that I'm proud of, to offer value to the people who I think are worth it, and to try to make others happy. That is really it. I don't want anything else. I'm not going to let anyone else try to put their bullshit on me. If they want me to be a certain way, then I'm open to listen, but I can't just fold, because that's the thing. That's the root of the pain, is that I end up compromising the man, the self, the human that I am, in the hopes to make a person dislike me less, which I don't think is good. And again, it's like, when I think about it, it's like I love myself a lot. I'm pretty happy, all things considered, with who I am as a person, etc. Again, there's things I want to improve upon, of course. There's a laundry list of stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm proud of what I've done and the people who I've met and how I've acted. So yeah. Anyways, I want to chat. Also, let me alt tab out of the game so I can read. All right, there's a lot. Fluff says there's a weird stigma around F2Ps and the whales. It treats as two extremes and not in betweens, which is mainly players, where mainly players actually are. Yeah, my view on the almost everything matters in the tier system. Tier 1, free of tiers free. Oh yeah, no, it had nothing to do with the free to play thing. It had to do with the feeling of. And again, I think it was another contributing factor was that I read a comment at a bad time, and I happened to read it in a way that I felt like somebody was, in a way, and it was not the case. I know it wasn't the case, but it still didn't stop me from feeling the way I felt, but it made me feel like a person was seeing the worst in me, or expecting the worst in me, and again, as a person who tries to give people the benefit of the doubt, it made me feel like I wasn't getting that, and I know that's not the person's intention. I know all that stuff, but yeah. What's good? Heller. Heel. What's good? Heel says I watch dub stuff because I have dyslexia. Dude, same, bud. I would not be able to. Well, I can still manage. I can pause it and then read. But yeah, it's a lot. Like it's one of the things that people I don't think realize about the whole dub thing is like in order to read subs, I have to pause it. I can't just read fast enough to get by. You know what I mean? Always dropped in quick to say hello. A little bit of an intense time to stop in, but thank you so much, Heel. Mel says there are some jokes that are only funny in dub. I watch both sub and yeah. Again, at the time it was if I'm remembering that scenario properly, it was. That's honestly it, man. It's just whenever I feel like I compromise what I believe in the hopes to make somebody like calm down or whatever. And it's funny because I don't it's not that I handle confrontation bad at all. I handle confrontation really good. And I actually really like, it sounds fucked up, I like confrontation, which is not good because I avoid it at all costs. Maybe that's because I know I suck it in like it's makes me like what's the word, energetic, which is bad. But yeah. Fluff says, humor is a matter of culture. There are plenty of examples where jokes is in one language and falls flat when another. Yeah, but that's the thing, man. That's a great point as well. But to me, it's like, I think the vast majority of people operate under the same pretext. And I think it's just all of this shit that we see on Twitter with cancel culture and all these things, where people just try to find the worst in the world and point it out. My fear is that people feel like, especially younger people, they feel like that's what people need to do in order to feel like they have a valuable opinion, or that they feel like in order to have a more like the more salacious the take, the more the attention, and specifically with like news and with like politics and shit, it just gets messy and cruel really fast. The humor tends to rely on audience being able to relate, so a bunch of Westerners won't understand the joke to the root of Japanese culture, which is why Brock Jelly don't. Yeah. Fluff says, I've been justifiably defined as caring to a fault over the years, and that applies to how I perceive others' opinions of myself, along with my own. I wanted to be liked or loved by everyone. This sort of thing has an unhealthy mindset. I know that I will never appeal to everyone, nor should I waste my time in trying to make everyone happy. I'm not a social chameleon at piece to as a specific puzzle, no one that fits in every. Yeah, that's a great example. That's a wonderful, beautiful, poetic thing, Fluff. That's kind of the antithesis of the thing. And yeah, again, to me it's funny because I think about these, like the current thing that's going on right now that I've been listening to this morning, but it's like this how do I put it? I don't want to get into all of the weird minutia of it, but long story short, the two people are at odds. I don't want to be too crazy, but two people are at odds. And it's funny because I side with one person, more or less, just because I heard both options, and I feel like the one person's argument is stronger than the other person, but that doesn't mean that the other person doesn't have a lot of emotional baggage that's also not okay that that's being happened. But anyways, point being is that it's funny because I feel like I'm on this person's, like I understand this person's perception better on this certain kind of like emotional topic, but at the same time, the thing that we're talking about right now is how another person can affect you, essentially, and letting another person affect you. And to me, it's interesting because this person who I'm thinking of in the past has talked about, I feel like I should just not, because I feel like it's getting, unless I calling it out specifically, it's weird. I'll call it out kind of somewhat specifically. I kind of agree with Tectone's perception of how the current drama of like you cannot control your audience. It's just an unrealistic thing. It's a bad system. You can maybe, and maybe Envy's thing is that, hey, you can do your best to to try to tell people to be kind and to do that stuff. But the point is that you can't control people, period. You can try to do your best to make a point to how you feel about stuff and how you can cement stuff in a way. But yeah, there's other minutia there. But regardless, the thing that I found funny though, because I do agree with Tectone on that, Tectone also, it's a little poetic justice to me a little bit. But there's this thing that I used to watch. I still watch Tectone. I think he's an incredible, funny content creator. But he had this thing where when M-Tash was getting shit on by like everybody ever, he was talking about how like MTAJ, man, he can't really handle the hate. Like I get hate all the time, and you just pick yourself up and move along. That's something that Tectone was saying in one of his streams, and I caught that when I was watching it, just because I was popping in to see, because I had a little bit of time, wanted to check out his stream. And I was like, man, I mean, that's kind of like a little bit of a ruder take, but I was like, yeah, fair enough. I guess that's true. You know, everyone it's inevitable to not get shit on and get hate. But then, as of late, I've really been seeing that hate get to Tectone. So it's kind of like, again, weird poetic justice in a way, where like, well, it's like, you know, burdens are always easier seeing other people carry them, and when it comes time to carry them, they have a tendency to weigh a lot more than you think. And I'm just trying to think from my perception of like, okay, well, if I ever did do good enough to get far in this career, whatever you want to call it, this kind of goofy fun time, that may await me. So what is the best system that can survive that? And the best system that I can understand is to accept that other people dislike you, and to be okay with every fucking person on the planet hating the shit out of you. Again, people could argue that maybe there's going to be ego that comes into play, like, oh, I'm perfect. And it's like, I think you can be critical of oneself, but you're critical of yourself. It's kind of like the same thing when people grow up and their parents are overly critical about them. And what do you call it? That's not good, because they're not living up to their wants, desires, and aspirations. They're living up to someone else's, and they feel like they're not their own person. And that's where I think things can fall apart quite badly. But yeah. Mel says, people call me caring to a fault, but they ask too much of me. The second I'm tired, I am lazy, mean, or not caring. It hasn't stopped, so just prepare to take hits, because life is a fight. Yeah, it's fair. But also, man, I think that's the goal. Like, because to me, along like me coming up with a better system, I came up with that one of like, just be super, super comfortable with your values, what you love, what you want from life. And if anyone tries to put those values or their values on you, just say, they're not mine. Enjoy them. Do your best with them. I would highly, good luck. But then there also has this thing where it's like, okay, I still want to, like, how do I put it? I still want to, like, have a genuine interest in other people and be genuinely try to listen and all these things. So it's not that I'm trying to close off every possible door, so it's just me, but it's just the value that I get from other people by telling me who I am or how they perceive me. It's kind of the same thing as like when it comes to exercise. I always heard over my entire life people talk about exercising because they want a six-pack, or exercising because they want this or that, or just physical reasons. And for me, when I started getting into exercise, I just thought that was a bad system, because I've seen that system fall apart so many times. Because your vanity eventually runs out. Your desire to look a certain way is not going to beat the desire to taste something yummy, or to just give yourself a fucking break. But what is stronger than all of those things, what is a better system for your whole life, is to try to be healthy. That was what I came up with, to try to be healthy and to find reasons for why that is the case. To think of if you ever had a son one day and you were to have like a heart attack or heart problems, how much maybe doing a little run or just doing some exercise could make a big difference in looking your son in the eye and saying, I get to see you when you grow old, or when I get to see your kids' or stuff like that. Like there's other valuable motivators outside of, I want to look good, you know? So I thought there would be a stronger, better system, would just be, of course, the pursuit of health, not the pursuit of a look, because you could be disappointed 7 different ways to Sunday and just quit. Whereas if you have the goal of just trying to be healthy, and the motivation being your loved ones and you being in the world for longer and you being able to be a better person because you're healthier, and the mindset and all these things can be just endless, I think, an endless pursuit of fire. Same thing with this idea of a system where you care so much about how other people perceive you is volatile and cracks under pressure. And I've seen that time and time again, especially recently with the weird drama nonsense that's happening currently, especially with envy. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I started, like, especially this situation has really made me like cement, I need to really get into this headspace as soon as possible, which it has helped, honestly. And you know what? Honestly, it's weirdly helped as well. It's helped me have more of a fun. Like, I think we filmed on Friday, and I was way more okay with just like playing the game and having fun and getting what I needed to get done, rather than the last couple streams where I always kind of feel like I'm at odds with my stream. Like I always kind of feel like is something interesting happening on screen? Fuck. nothing's happening. Shit, I should say something, do something, should we do something else? And it's just like a bunch of chaotic anxiety because I'm worried people aren't having fun. And now I'm at the point where like, it's okay if you're not having fun. I think it's important that I'm also having fun, and that I cultivate people who have the same idea of fun as me, because just getting other people who have like random things that they enjoy, that now I'm having to be at the behest of, that is not good for me or them, because I don't want to do it, so there's that stuff which has made me more grounded, I think, which is nice. Honestly, it is virtual that value the most, or honestly, it is virtue I value the most, and being honest with myself all the more so important. Figured that out, understanding your limits, your goals, and your requirements for happiness. Love all that. Regarding, Fluff says, regarding the 3-tier talk, I'm mostly providing clarity from my view and establishing. Oh no, Fluff, I definitely think you just, it caught me at a bad moment. Again, that was the part of it. And again, usually that's all it takes. All it takes in my old mindset was like someone implying that I had the direct effect of doing harm when I know I had no intention of doing that. And also, I would have never put you in that same place. I would have always given you the benefit of the doubt. So the fact that I wasn't getting that made me feel like I was in a relationship where it is not balanced, it is not equal, and all these things. So again, I know that wasn't the intent. it's again, bad timing, and also just a thing that's always happened with a lot of times, especially for people I care a lot about, and I care about the communication and all these things, or like a perception of things. So I think they're pretty on the mark all the time. So yeah, but also again, I agree. I 100% agree with the criticism. I just like the criticism of it's a quick fix. Just say you're free to, just say what you are. Just even if it's not saying you're free to play or a whale or whatever, just describe what you've put into the game, and that should be good enough. But it was the implication of giving people disinformation, which I was like, I would never do that. I would never have the intention to do that. Also, I don't think it is wrong because of the fact that I got to where I was whilst being free to play. But then I also said I was sorry. So that was kind of at odds with myself, because I was like, I said I was sorry, but I don't think I was, because the free-to-play thing, like I could get everything in the game whilst being free-to-play, but then I spent money in the game, so I don't think that makes my opinion not a free-to-play player's opinion, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Now, Lone Skin says, wow, Grin, that was just a lot, but I think I understand trying to appeal and giving people a chance to make peace to where everyone is happy. Yeah, again, the root of it is just, I think it's a stronger system, especially with this week of seeing just people who get, like, people who are trying to live up to other people's expectations, to where it's like, at the end of the day, you're the one you gotta live with. Fuck these people. And I don't mean that in any which way. But it's, yeah, and it's, I just think that's a really bad human place to be in. And don't get me wrong, we have these things in our brain, these like precursor, like tribal genetic things in our head that are trying to like make us be with people easier. You know what I mean? Like hang out with people and like understand when the tribe is starting to get upset with us, because if they kicked us out, we get eaten by tigers. So we have to be some sort of diplomacy there. But I think that's, yeah, there's a balance there. That's not just, it's all on you, I need to change, I'm sorry, I hurt you. It's like, well, it's impossible to live in a world where you can't hurt people. Now, with that being said, though, I think it's also important that you try to limit the suffering that you put into the world as well. But that the word there is limit. You can't just stop it or try to fucking fix every problem that you accidentally made, because sometimes people just aren't meant to work together. Some people have different value structures, and that's fine. They'll find other people who have the same value structures as them or change. So yeah. Everyone is an individual, but mob mentality causes things to get out of hand. You can encourage the provided guidelines to how you wish your community or audience to behave, but it's not an unbreakable set of rules. Yeah. Well, I just think it's like, it's impossible. Like, it's like, I understand why certain streamers are just like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I can't control anybody. Like, and also, what happens if the shoe was on the other foot? Like, what happens if a bunch of shitty people just decided that they didn't like you, and now they're going to pretend that they're going to be a part of your audience and fucking threaten people with death and like send people their fucking their house address and say, waiting for you tonight, dumbass. People are like that. People are fucking cruel and evil. So the fact that you're gonna say, there's an argument that like you have any control. Like again, you can there's due diligence, I think, but that I don't think it's not a good system. It's a bad system. It's like instead of constantly preaching that, I think you'd be much better off cultivating like moderators and being very clear whenever you see someone who determines this kind of shitty-ness to get them out of your community outright. I've had friends admit that they can give amazing advice but not be able to follow it themselves. So when the shoe is on the other foot, you realize how difficult something truly is. Yeah, that's true. Xlace and Techie are the creators I want. Yeah, no, they're great. But Xlace is great for free-to-play stuff. Techie is great for humor and etc. Fluff says, where the tier 3 system I describe, sadly, when I come to Gacha, the other such communities, they discuss the reality of the second tier, and just argue the polarity opposites of the point. Yeah. Which is also why, again, a part of me just thinks, it's the same thing as like when people talk about like, are you this or that? Are you left or are you right? And I would just be like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to play this game with you. I'll tell you what issue are we talking about? Because I can tell you about what I believe on an issue-to-issue basis. I'm not going to, don't put me into this fucking weird thing. Because I don't want to do that. That's a lot of times is why what stems the anger, the outrage within the system or the community themselves is because they determine they know what your take or your beliefs are by nullifying all of the other minutiae in it and just kind of dissolving it down into an argument that they can win and not engaging with the strongest variant of the argument. At least that's what I think. Fluff says the true player or free to play trade is one that has the invest. The 2 tier will be the one that less time is spared. But this is also the craziest thing, Fluff, is like you have a wonderful definition of what the free to play thing is, but again, people are volatile. Like again, this is the same thing as living up to other people's expectations, where you have your wonderful perception of like what free to play tiers there are, but another person can be like, no, that's not the case at all, and another person can say, wait, no, that's wrong too, and it's just not worth the debate. The debate. I know what it is for me, and I'm just gonna go by that. But also, I'm open to listen to what other people are saying. What that is, maybe I agree with the opinion, and maybe I want to now run with that. But the idea of like trying to appease everyone is I think it's just a bad idea. It's just a real good way to find yourself in a situation where you're voluntarily ripping yourself to shreds, trying to hold on to everyone's love for you or whatever you've determined yourself to be. Whether you're like, I'm a person who's very helpful. And now I don't want people to not think I'm helpful. I want people to think I'm a kind soul. So I'm going to make sure people think I'm kind and etc. The list goes on. Alone Zingit says, just know every stream, no matter what it is, you could stream a game I have no interest in, and I would still have a great time. I appreciate that immensely, Lone Syndicate. I don't think I'm that spectacular in terms of, again, when it went up against people like Techie and all these things. Or like Xlace, who's crazy good at like crunching numbers. They're incredible, and I'm just doing my best. This is where I've always been. Carthage says, I have lost all interest in anything Genshin, but I'm still here to support you and have fun. Yeah, no, Carthage. Again, I appreciate so many people which is also why, again, I do my best to like give so much attention to the chat because that's the thing. Like, I know a lot of you stopped caring about Genshin or you go through ups and downs, and the main reason I'm here is just to hang out with you guys. We'll be doing anything. We'll be doing this. But I will say, on the topic of this whole like standing by your idea of yourself and not what other people's idea of yourself is, I find this is where I have the best time ever. Is when like I know what I believe and I'm open. I'm down for a fight. Like if someone's like, what you believe is stupid. Sometimes I'm down for a fight. Other times I just what do you call it? I don't want to do it. So I'll just be like, we're not doing this right now. I'm tired or I've had a long day. I don't need to fucking start fighting for everything I believe in. But then there's other times where I'll just be like, okay, I kind of see what you're saying, and then I'll almost like fold, and that's the shit that rips my heart apart, because it's like you're lying to yourself, and you know you're lying, and it's the one thing I hate most is being dishonest. Fluff says, yeah, for many of us, we watch because of who is streaming, not who. Let's not. I mean, sometimes the games are great, and I'm not anything special. But anyways, Mel says, as F2P, I feel happy that someone is spending on the game. It feels kind of bad to not be able to spend to support the game I like. Mel, I would agree if it was any other game that wasn't Genshin. I've heard Techie make this argument before, and I think it is like, you know what it you know what it reminds me of? I love Tecto. He fucking seems like a charming dude, a little teddy bear, all that stuff. But whenever Techie talks about anything like free-to-play stuff, it seems like a Wall Street $1 million banker talking about how, like, listen, guys, paying people minimal wage is a great thing. All right, it creates more jobs. And then they're eating like fucking gourmet steak, and they're like, oh shit, oh my god, that's fucking the best thing. Yeah, so it's good for you. You just got real. It's so good. I can't lose any more money. Okay, it just seems like such a weird take. Whenever I hear Techie talk about like the free-to-play or how good it is that people are spending 10,000K on the game. With that being said, though, he also does advocate for like no one should spend money in this game, but at the same time, like preaches like that whales have their own problems, and it just seems like it's like the rich being like, listen, I can only afford 2 cars. And I'm like, I'll just stick with the depression argument, because that's a strong argument. Everyone can have depression. Money only gives you a certain amount of happiness. Sure. But just the idea that you're like, you should be happy with all this what do you call it? This abundance of money. Because Genshin, the reason why I say Genshin doesn't deserve that, Mel, is because it's already past the point of success. And if there were not cases where they're selling a $20 or $30 Mona skin or Jean skin, I would agree with you. But the fact that it's still not enough is, to me, like, okay, geez, this is coming from a person who spent like well above, I think, what was essentially $120. I'm not afraid to play, all right, but I did make a mistake, which it would have been not that much if I didn't make the fucking mistake of spending on Genesis crystals. Anyways. Fluff says, without those spending, whales or not, the game wouldn't survive. And us light spenders and true free-to-plays would have moved on to something else. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, because there are plenty of games to me that, like, another game that comes to mind is Destiny 1. Destiny 1 gave a great deal of content, gave raids. It also had like a very high graphical demand, like to design things was intense, and it didn't ask for like $3 billion every month in revenue. So yeah. It's just one of those. I mean, yes, again, I'm happy with the fact that we're constantly getting content, but I think the argument falls apart when you realize how much they're making, and then the idea that they're leveraging again. But then again, Destiny went down the same route of Destiny. Like, at least Genshin seems like it's providing content regardless, whereas Destiny eventually came to the point, at least to me, where it was demanding a $60 price tag, skins, and DLC expansion. So it was monetizing everything, and it wasn't giving you consistent content. So at least there's Genshin, who's making 50 times more than Destiny ever would, is making consistent content, at least. So there's that. Fluff says, once a content creator becomes large enough, hell, even small ones, they don't have the responsibility of what my individual or mob that branches off or become the on the topic of the whole mob mentality thing. Yeah. When a creator brings up a topic or addresses another creator, it's almost never the case of them directing their audience to dogpile or... Well, that was also Envy's point. Okay, just because we're talking about all of it. The whole like Enviosity versus Tectone or whatnot, it felt weird. Like I 100% understand that Envy feels like, but it feels like Envy's addressing the problem that's not the problem. He's addressing, like, he doesn't have a problem with Tectone. He has a problem with people harassing him. And then Tectone's argument is, I can't stop. I don't have any control over people. I can't like stop people from being horrible. I'm sorry. It's awful. I would tell people that it's awful all the time. And then Envy's other point, and correct me if there's more points that I'm just missing, his main point his other point is that Tectone monetized his video. And to me, I felt it like, this is on Envy stream, which I only watched a little bit of, which forgive me, so I shouldn't be talking about this, but he mentioned that Tectone monetized his video, but he's on a stream where he has G Fuel in the title, and he's getting streamers, like stream points and all this stuff, and donations and subscriptions. And before that, I believe when Envy talked about this whole situation, he also was accepting followers, subscriptors, all that stuff. So to me, it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. And then the one thing that I do think Tectone fucked up royally on is he made an argument for people punching down, but then simultaneously made the best argument, which is, what the fuck are you supposed to do when someone's calling you a rapist or a fucking pedophile? Like, what are you talking about? No, you have the right to talk about what someone is accusing you of, and it's not punching down. And then also, I just don't like that sentiment where people are acting like they're babies. Like I don't mean to not Envy. I'm talking about just generally people in general. People talk about, like, to me, it's like people who are in a place where they work their ass off to get can't talk about another person. I do think there's an argument for straight up like sending death threats or like hyper focus. And this is just a thing for everybody though. Anybody who points at someone and says, attack them, fuck them up, they're wrong, I hate them, dislike bomb their video, wherever you are in terms of height, I think that's fucked up to do. I just don't like the idea that if someone were to say something about you, or even if it's not like that, even if you had a criticism about a creator that was smaller than you, I still think you could talk about the criticism. Otherwise, it's just a weird, like, freedom of speech and like the conversation of how you get anywhere. To me, that's a valuable thing. And again, I think I'm sure Andy would argue that you're responsible for not allowing or not doing the former thing. So there's genuinely having a conversation about what you dislike about behavior, and then there's telling people to go fucking hate, to rip someone to shreds again, essentially, which there are laws that determine the both, where one person could just say something and another person could be and what is it called, it's like a law basically talks about when you're addressing someone or threatening someone's life with verbal altercation. Fluff says, I never reveal in case of pain or hurt about something I've said, but I'm glad to know when it is received, absorbed, and not simply deflected or ignored. Yeah, that's true. Again, I think it's important to understand, like, to hear someone out. I just think and this is again the root of the problem, is I'm the one that like usually folds. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm hurting someone, just because I'm hurting you is enough for me to not want to hurt you, so I'll just say I'm sorry or like compromise my beliefs because I don't want to cause harm. But I think I'm at the point where it's like, well, no, cause harm, stand by what you believe, stand up for who you are, know that, that's it, fuck off. Like that's the thing. Like, it's not to say that you can't understand. Again, if you are wrong, it's fair to say that you're wrong. If you're not wrong, it's also fair to say, yeah, I'm not wrong. I'm sorry. You can dislike me. You can hate me. It's okay. I love me just fine. I'll be okay. You don't like me, we can go our separate ways. So I think that's also fair. You know what I mean? And probably a better way to be, especially when things start getting hot and people start pressing you really fucking hard. Carly says, Genshin's too predatory. Even if I was still interested, I wouldn't pay it because of how money hungry. Yeah, so again, I would feel more better about the argument of, whales provide content for non-whales if they didn't make as much, and also if they weren't continuing to make it so that they're monetizing a lot of stuff that it doesn't seem like they're needing to monetize. I'm not solely speaking about Genshin in regards. There's plenty of immune approaching their business model. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Yeah. Fluff says, but if we didn't have whales or moderate high spenders, Genshin wouldn't have a success, or greed it has would have likely failed. Yeah, I don't know about that one, man. I don't know, because I feel like, again, most games don't make the money that Genshin makes, and even if it made an eighth of that money, like it's like the argument of would it really mean the Genshin is not successful if the weapon banner had a pity system, like the same that the normal one? Would it really kill the success of the game if they delivered a skin which was $1? Would it do that? I don't know. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Who knows? Nanny says, though Mahoyo is greedy, however, without the flow of income and capital, they wouldn't be incentivized to update continued. Yeah, guys, it's not that my argument would never be that money doesn't make a game. My argument is companies have made significantly less and have made more, if that makes any sense. Yeah. So yeah, again, just stuff like that. But with that being said, though, again, it's maybe more is not. Maybe that's a little bit off. Maybe because Genshin does make a lot in terms of like content. But yeah, my thing again would be like, is it really that bad? Would it break the successful model that is Genshin if the weapon banner had a pity system and if skins weren't as much money and if you gave people a little bit more primo gems? Maybe. I don't think so. I would like to think it wouldn't. Just because you guys make up, if you even halved the money they made, they'd still be the most successful game fucking ever almost, you know. Fluff says, yeah, there's a difference from bullying and addressing criticism regardless of your level of success. If someone is calling you out on some BS, you receive the fight. Yeah, well, it's also, again, even outside of like defending yourself, I still think it's okay to talk about, like, if you're not happy with someone's perception, it's still okay to talk about that. Yeah, it'd be like a boss having a problem with their employee. I think it's the differing factors. If they're like, you're a shitty employee, you're fucking the worst, like going after their character and not saying, well, Tim, I really think you haven't been coming to work on time and the job hasn't been getting done, so we need to make that happen better, or I'm gonna have to let you go. You know, there's a good way of doing it, a bad way of doing it, and I think that's a pretty good way to do it, or like a good way to phrase it, I guess. Crowd says, one time encouraging dislike bombing is acceptable as if the target is a child predator. Well, yeah, there's always things like that where people would be like, yes. And then the thing is, Carthage, though, is like we're talking about this whole time, other people's value structures can be very different from your own. So people could be like, yeah, child predators and Nazis, but also people who are blind, because fuck them. People could do that too, or something. And they may not be able to see the dislikes, but still, point being is that, like, you can't control, because people will always try to, like, break a system. That's the best way I could describe. People always try to find a way to manipulate or gain advantage throughout a system, and that's what we see every day now. It's people being like again, mob mentality is based around you start somewhere and you don't end where you started at all, because people are like, yeah, but what if we fucking burn the streets down too? And it's like, guys, we were just trying to say stop killing black people. Like, what's happening? Jesus Christ. This all went to shit really fast. Okay. So yeah, that's, I think the whole thing is, and that's kind of the root of why I want to talk to you guys about this, is because I always like the idea of creating a stronger system, a system that can handle what would, like what do you call it, a storm, something that can handle pressure. Whereas I see so many other people operate with under certain moral systems that falter or crumble. It's kind of the same thing of like a, like how does one be a good person whilst still being able to what do you call it, to to be strong, to not be so afraid of how being upsetting people and whatnot and all these kinds of things. I think the understanding is that you're gonna make some people upset, and that's fine, and just be okay with you enough. And then if you have excess energy, which you will have if you're not defending yourself from everybody, then you can spend on it helping people and doing what you would determine to be good, even if your value structures are different than mine in terms of good. Fluff says, yeah, we almost never hear about those justifications because the conversations get more attention. Yeah. Carly says, I'm already tired of the fireworks today. I've been going off all day. Oh no, good old America. We haven't had many in Canada, not by us at least. For Canada Day, I mean, which happened a while back. Mel says, I do live through Wales. What? What? My local country have banned all forms of fireworks due to the risk of caution wildfires, and we don't want to spread yeah, I was about to say, are they listening though? Because that's good old America for you, where people will be like, it's banned. That's good old Canada for you too, man, except with masks. People were like, gotta wear a mask, and people were like, eat shit. And you're like, oh god. So I have been noticing distinctive lack of random explosions outside. It's an odd feeling of experiencing rather than joy. Quiet for once? Yeah. Mel says, sorry, I gotta go. See you Friday. Thanks for stopping by, Mel. Appreciate you. Fluff says Genshin is an extreme example, but it's still a case that the whales keep the game funded and the massive community keeps the whales playing. I guess I can kind of understand the system. Again, I do still think that I'm not asking for like there to not be whales or like constellations to not be a thing. I guess that makes sense. To me, it's the consistent pursuit of money when it is clearly like enough. You know what I mean? Like, again, the skins to me killed me, and then the weapon banner also kills me, where it's just like, I don't understand why, like, I don't think it would be, I think it's one of those things where companies have a thing in their head, kind of like the same thing with Genshin and leaks, where, like, I think MiHoYo is really shit in the bed when it comes to that. And it's funny, because recently, even though the events have been, people would argue, significantly better, Genshin's on the downswing, like, in terms of content creation. And I think it's because, and this is just my take on it, is because people don't realize what an ecosystem is. Like what everything is important and everything serves a purpose. So when people who are content creators who are giving a service, who no longer are here giving that service, there's no longer people who are coming in, because basically when someone offers a service that you don't, and they're bringing them into the same environment, those people have a chance of spreading to your content. So the fact that, I don't know, someone like Damonkin fucking leaves and it becomes a fucking mess because the value that he was offering is no longer being given is, to me, I think, a fundamental problem. But yeah. Carter says, Grin is encouraging riots. Time to smash some windows. Please, God, no. Not like this. Nav says, okay, I heard him read the comment of it's okay if X. And this argument is so wrong because how do you know that person did or is what others say he is? No, that's exactly the point I made a second later. No, is that people's values can be different. Well, not only that, you're making the point of like you have to prove someone's malice, which is fair. That's also, again, a good argument. Mine is just that people's values can be different as well. If the person himself said it is okay in most cases, then it isn't true. Yeah, that's fair. Again, but yeah. Fluff says Grin doesn't need to do that. Portland is a riot capital of the U.S. Fast year. Fluff says a prime example of going way too far past whatever the intended goal point about is protest. Yeah. This is peaceful, just sitting here talking. Yeah, man, once again, I like doing this every now and again, but also I don't know how people like watching it. Like, I know what we're boys. we're talking about it just by anything. We would do this even if we're playing a video game. I wouldn't be able to talk as eloquently because I'm not able to think as clearly because I'm trying to play a video game. I remember I used to do this because I used to just film a game beforehand and I would just play it in the background whilst we were talking like this. People would always come in and be like, is he not fucking... What is he? How can he play without looking at the screen? I'm like, guys, come on. It's not this hard. So far, it's been respectful as it's been no fireworks going off. Any year prior to this, Oregon and people were firing plenty illegal fireworks, but I think, okay, gotcha. People really don't want to risk the arrest this time, let alone cause a wildfire after a year's display to somebody. Yeah, I was about to say. People are like, you know what? Let's not tempt it. Let's not tempt some shit. In regards to Damone, I wasn't too surprised he'd go from one predatory practice to another that was supposed. Sure thing, that is a new. Yeah, I was about to say I wasn't sure, man. Yeah, I see New World. I'm not sure if it's something I should get into or not. It's predatory, you were saying, Fluff? We're done with gacha games. Now let's play this other money thing. Maybe, man. I don't know. To me, it's always one of those things where I just, like, again, Matt Jastic gets a lot of shit too, where I'm just sitting there like, guys, I don't think you know what you're doing. Like, I don't mean to be rude, but I just think it's a bit fucky. Oh, GG says, biggest fan, waiting for Psych. Man, me too. I'm not sure if we'll get it, man. I just rewatched the season last night. Not really. I just watched the first couple episodes. Man, it's so good. Such a good series. I don't know, man. I'm hopeful. I might just watch the manga at this point because I don't know. Because I don't think it'll have the same delivery as like the dub to me, which I liked a lot. I don't know, man. I'm hoping, GG. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it in a while. I don't know if there's any hope left because it got like kind of fucky because COVID happened and the whole year got shit on. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's just like in an internal like ether hell. I don't know, but it's rough. Fluff says Grin is actually a telepath. Confirmed. Why? What happened? Fluff says New World is one of those open PvP sort of MMOs. That's very much not what I want to play. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I know, man. It's funny because so many games like that where I'm like, this sounds awesome. If only you were just to close off of the PvP thing and I could just have all the funness without the fucking trauma of my whole house getting burnt down, I'd be in. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we've streamed for far too long, although this has been awesome. I was really worried I was gonna be able to like describe how I was feeling properly, but I think I just having ran through with you guys, I think it makes more sense to me. This is why Let's Talks is so wonderful for me, at least, but also maybe Let's Talks live in chat because you guys help me like put it into finer words and to like question the true problem with that I find within my head. But yeah, long story short, you're lovely, brilliant, fantastic, and wonderful. Also, I think there's a video that's live right now, actually. So, because we streamed for so long, I wasn't planning on streaming for this much longer. But yes, my friends, thank you kindly for hearing me out. Also, if you're happening to watch this on YouTube and past broadcast, thank you kindly for listening to me. Honestly, this is more of a podcast, and especially the last part, very much podcasty. Weird. Regardless, hopefully you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. Subscribe button over to my far right. No, it's not, because this is not a video of me, and I just default back into my weird norm because I'm kind of burnt. My mind is numb, and I feel nothing. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm off to go cut my hair. And what else was I going to do? I don't know. Some bullshit. Some bullshit. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. What do you mean, Nanny? Nanny says puppies? What do you mean puppies? You hear puppies? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully I can see you on Friday. Much love. I'm off. Appreciate you immensely. Also, again, always love doing the streams. Again, that's one of the things. Also, again, I always love when people talk about like they give a great take or a good like a different perception, or give criticism to some extent. It's just, again, the whole root of the problem was how I take criticism, which is kind of like the thing. But I appreciate all of you, and hopefully you got something from that. But anyways, GG, yeah, thanks for stopping by, buddy. Appreciate it. Hopefully I can see you sometime when we're actually in the midst of streaming. And let me know if you hear anything about Psyche K. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you again, and goodbye.